I think we're good. I think we're live. I can check real quick, but I think we are, and we will just talk amongst ourselves until people show up, and then
I
we'll
see myself. So yeah, we're good.
oh, we're on Twitch. He's good.
Yeah,
Good,
we're,
good, good.
we're on the interwebs.
There's not a ton of people streaming tonight, so yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Colorado Pinball and Warlock. He's a funny dude. Wild Dog
Because
Arcades, great
Shroud
guy.
has everybody. The new pinball streamer Shroud.
Shroud
And
is
if you
streaming
look,
right now.
there's 146,000 people watching him right now.
Play what?
Uh, Not pinball.
Not
It's
pinball.
the
Yeah,
new world. I
shocker.
don't know what it is.
Good on that dude. Good on that dude. Oh, great! I was like, oh, we have somebody in chat. So you see, there's chat now on the bottom of the screen.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah,
Who we
yeah,
got
yeah.
this?
Yeah, I think this should be good. We'll let a few people file
Love
in
it.
here and see what happens. But no, let's
How much would a guy like that would Shroud make, Travis, if he's getting 120,000? Like, is he
Million.
given? Is it
Millions.
by like subscriber? Is it by subscriber? So if he's got like 1 million subscribers, they average it type of thing
no.
So-
per stream, or how do they work it?
So here's how it works. Like, I'll just go ahead and just say my contract because I don't think anybody's going to care nowadays in 2021. But mine calls for a straight 50% split. So when I was partner, or I still am, but when I was streaming, I just got 50% of each sub, but then I got a certain percentage of ads and revenue and stuff like that. I think it's a little bit higher than what affiliate gets, but
That's
I'm sure
not like
Shroud,
mine is. I get 50%. Well, it's so if a sub costs somebody $5, then I
Yep.
get 250. I mean that's so it's 50%. I assumed the bigger you got, the more you're able to pull. Like I
Yeah.
want 60% or 70% because I'm bringing people to your platform. That kind of thing.
he's probably legit. Just he doesn't even get a percentage. He probably just gets a flat salary because I think
Oh.
he signed a contract.
Oh, that
I'm
would
willing to-
yeah.
Yeah, and then
Salary
you
would
got
be
to
pretty
shoot X
crazy.
amount of hours per week, and yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah. Well, we got some viewers, so hello, hello to anybody that's watching. We're trying something new tonight. Kaz, Brian, what up, man? Brian
Happening,
Costner.
cause
Yeah. We so I'm probably gonna explain this a few times tonight, but my dude Kaz coming in with the bits, buddy. Every time he comes in with those. Appreciate you, man. My basement, I am currently in the stage of drywall. So my basement is kind of a train wreck right now, and all my electrical outlets are out. So it's like, well, I still want to stream, I still want to do something, and this idea came up, and luckily these two guys hopped on board. So yeah, we're just gonna be chatting pinball tonight. We're gonna be talking about a few things. We have a few topics, but you know, Brian, or anybody watch, if anybody else has anything, howdy, Big Tex, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, we'll dive in. We'll have a good look here, but yeah, I would say let's wait just 1 or 2 more minutes, and I think we'll just I don't know. We can start. What do you guys want to start with? You want to start with
I'm looking at
Ultraman
your
or Queen?
drywall right now because it looks like stern banners to me, but that's
Well,
pretty
yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, this wall I have yet to drywall, so you know, it's got that nice concrete with that metal stud. Ooh, buddy.
Oh,
Showing us
nice.
the secret sauce behind the scenes.
The secret sauce, yeah. This is a high end operation. Let me tell you. Big Tex, I know you got that Deadpool. He likes that game.
Oh, Joel, this will make you cry. So I was talking to somebody yesterday,
Yeah.
and they have a Mandalorian Premium, right?
Okay. Yeah.
They played it 50 plays, and they're ready to get rid of it. Like they're just
50.
done.
50.
50. Yeah, 50. They're just
Wow.
and they know it's not the game for them. They're brand new into pinball, but they don't like it at all,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And so it's a husband and wife, real nice folks. Like I know them from around the metro area, and he put it up, and somebody offered a trade, a straight up trade, Deadpool Premium for Mandalorian Premium,
Oh wow.
and he had to turn it down though because his wife didn't want it.
That sucks. Big
Yeah,
Tex.
Wow.
Yeah, Big
Oh,
Tex sold
yeah.
his. Oh wow, I sold my Deadpool for a premium, and I'm still waiting. Yeah, well,
Oh.
yeah. Two Tort Tim Lee, how you doing, buddy? Trying something
Here's-
new tonight, man.
It
Chatting
was
it
one
up.
of those awkward moments where I wanted to be like, no, but then I didn't want to make her feel
Yeah.
bad. So like I had to hold it in. And League of Their Own, when Tom Hanks is like doing this,
Yeah.
yeah, Yeah, that's where I was
Hey,
at.
this dude knows you, Brian Leisure. Sup, guys? Hey, Travis. It's Brian from Tulsa.
Right. So, hey, what's up?
What up? What up?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, games on Pinside with 10. I get that. Like, anytime I see a game that's less than 50, to be honest, I mean, almost every game that Zach has let me borrow, the first 20 games I put on them, I hate every one of them. I hate every one of them because you're bricking shots. You're still trying to understand. I mean, Travis doesn't brick shots, but it's like, to me,
Wizard mode at 20, Joel. Jeez.
yeah, the first 20 games, I'm like, this game shoots terribly. And then you like, Craig, to be honest, when you opened your Avengers, were you just head over heels in love the first 10 games, or were you questioning your decisions in those first 10 games?
Well, I remember thinking, this thing is fucking hard. Like, I remember thinking, I'm like in over my head because I was like bricking everything. I was like, oh God. You know, but you're right. You settle down. I remember the first night. So my brother and I played probably for about 3 hours straight. And the last thing he said to me before he left, he goes, "You're never going to finish that game ever." He said, he said, "Have fun. You're never going to finish that game."
Yeah. Yeah. But I think early on, it's hard. Like, a lot of these games are pretty hard. Tim, you're saying you're trying to trade your Deadpool. I get it. I mean, selling games, trading games. How many plays? Oh, Kaz, it looks like Brian's been wanting to get a Deadpool back. So I think we're working some magic here. Let's get that trade happening.
To be fair, at one point though, Craig, wasn't it you that you accidentally put the wrong code on for a little while?
He had the pro code, right?
Hey, we've all been there.
Yeah,
it's happened.
I was even chatting with Raymond Davidson, you know, while he was on stream. I'm like, I think there's a problem with his new code. And
I love it. Raymond's playing a game, destroying a game, and somehow was able to fix Craig's problem. Saul Hudson, does Joel get commission? Yes, I do. Yeah. Honestly, I don't play my games enough. That's one reason why I put them. Yeah, Brian, I get you for sure.
Now, Joel, aren't you waiting for a Deadpool Premium, or did you decide to go with
the
premium?
So, I actually got a really cool situation there that Zach Mini, he was able to get one in on trade. And so nice. I have a deal worked out. There's a dude in Evansville, Flawless Creations. He's a powder coating guy. And so he's really gotten really into pinball. And so he's actually routing games. So it's he's actually going to powder coat the Deadpool Premium. He's buying my Deadpool, and then I'm paying Zach the extra cash. So it's like a weird three-way. We got a love triangle going, but it's coming. It's coming. So
that's amazing.
I'm pretty pumped. All right, flipping. Zach is here. Yeah, I just GC'd that punk.
Are you ready, Joel?
Yeah.
We gotta talk about the newest pinball machine that's out.
Saul, we're diving in right here, right now. So let's talk.
I'm ready to dive. Hey, are you ready to dive?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
let's
okay. Do it. Hey guys, check this out.
Godzilla's got some competition.
Yeah, check that. I'm proud of this. Look at this. Ooh, look at that. Look at that sexy change, huh? Yeah, somebody learned how to run OBS. All right. Queen, here we go. So let's we're gonna dive in this together, okay? We're gonna dive into this together. So obviously, thank you, Pinball News. Thank you, Pinball News. I'm actually quite surprised. There's a lot of pictures here, so it looks like this is some store, some shop somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but what is funny is and there's some really good. There's a really good playfield picture which we'll pull up. But I love this demo machine. Gameplay is disabled, so it's like, don't touch it, just look at it. But let's look at some of these pictures together. I mean, there's the side art, right?
Yeah, it's I apologize for giving a Zombie Yeti shit about Godzilla.
This is it's like,
I mean, it's not bad, it's just
that's bad, Joel.
It just is what it is.
You can't fence this one. So bad.
Nope.
Still looks better than Led Zeppelin. I saw a picture of a girl playing the Queen pin yesterday. I think she was trying to figure out how to hit start, and that doesn't work that way. But I mean, does it get any better? Does that help? No. I don't know. Orange and yellows.
Now, look, 10 or 15 years ago, that might have cut it, maybe, 10 or 15 years ago.
Maybe, yeah. Hey, Jedi, Tommy, thank you, buddy. Thank you for that sub, man. 13 months in a row, man. Thank you, buddy. Thanks a bunch.
I mean, here's all you need to know about Queen. right? About this pinball machine when it comes to art.
Yeah.
If we're on the same page, Joel, scroll down until you see Freddie Mercury.
Well, is this a thing? Is this graphic a thing? Do I not know my lore here of Queen? Like, what is this thing? Anybody?
It looks like a start button.
Maybe this was the winner of an art contest in a local kindergarten. I don't know. I just this graphic. I don't know. But
maybe it was Deep Root's original logo. I don't know.
Oh wow.
What are you looking at?
Kaz thinks it's fine. It's fine. I don't. Okay, this isn't. Oh well.
Just look at
that's hurt. No, that's bad.
There it is.
Is that distorted though? Is it? Yeah. But it's not. That cheek is interesting.
He got stung by a bee before the concert.
Yeah.
I don't play the sides of the machine. It usually gets squeezed between. I get it. I understand. We're not going to completely rule out this game, right? We're going to get to the playfield, but I'm just.
I am.
You're gonna.
Joel's not, but I am too. So it's 2 out of 3.
Yeah, Tommy, Hypercoaster buddy, sup, letting riffraff show their face. Yeah. So for everybody that's here, I was just saying earlier, normally I stream on Wednesdays, but my basement, I'm in the drywall stage, so I had to take all my outlets out, and the idea of streaming tonight was going to be rough. So we're trying this, and we're seeing what happens here. Hypercoaster, Tommy, thank you for that resub, buddy. Thanks a bunch.
Fireside pinball chat.
Yeah. What up, Bob? How you doing, man? Yeah, it is a veiny fist. I know Shredder on the premium back class, he's got a veiny bicep, but not as veiny as that fist. Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the playfield, maybe, because I don't think we're going to see any redeeming quality.
You don't like that art? 24 is my favorite start package. Change. Hey, check out that lock though, guys. You know, if you're just wondering what the lock looked like, we got a picture. So I don't know why there was a need for that, but we have one.
Is my favorite Stern art package changed my mind? Cause if I was a moderator, I would totally, No. Cause,
all right.
No. It was a fun game though.
Can I zoom? There is a way to zoom on a PC. What is it? There's a keystroke for that. The zoom button? There's no zoom button.
On my PC there is.
Is there?
Get in there, Joel.
Hey, this is quality content, guys. All right. Alt F4. No, I know it's not that. Travis.
Stream done.
Control and the plus button. Yeah, that's like Illustrator and stuff. Hey. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's because I'm full screen.
There you go.
It's because I'm full screen.
I do love drop targets. Yes.
All right, so we're gonna look through this here. So let's start at the bottom. Let's start at the bottom. Hey, there's 2 flippers here at the bottom, guys. Still a clip out there with me falling for that. Alt F4, yeah. What do we have here? Live forever, inlane, outlane. The plunge looks like it just goes straight. Where's this going? I'm assuming they want you to short plunge over here and hit these targets. That would be my.
It kind of looks like Congo, where you got to hit the drop targets or skill shot.
Maybe.
Yeah. The piano keys there. Piano key.
There is.
I don't know. Then again, it might go to that first drop target.
Okay, so look on this right side here, because I was going to go right for left. This is a massive gap. Massive. And there's one drop target right here. And it goes back here and hits a stand-up. Yep.
Fine design right there.
Yep, just so you're gonna hit that drop target down, and it's just gonna bang that stand up and come back. Maybe it's one of those things like on Ultraman where the drop target comes up and holds the ball. That flow, bro. Yeah. Travis, can you sneak a ball to the right of the drop? Yeah. Oh, like in this little gap over here between the drop target? I don't know. I'm just surprised. That is a large opening for that shot.
I don't get that shot.
All right.
Is there a magnet behind there maybe, or is that just the artwork?
It looks like artwork. It's Queen. Queen. It says Queen.
Yeah, more inserts.
Okay, so right is an orbit. That's definitely an orbit. And it looks like we have a spinner right there on the left orbit. This hole, this little hole right here is actually kind of neat. We'll get down to that. Left ramp looks like it goes, or center ramp more. It actually loops back here to the left. Now, what splits this? I don't know. Maybe it'll say it down below.
And then we just got to be a diverter, right?
Yeah. And then
gravity.
And then we have another, I don't know what this is. This is either a ramp. We'll see. There's a drop target for you. So there's a way to get to this upper playfield. So let's keep looking here. Ooh, look at all these hands, you know? Got those inner arc blades, huh?
Wow.
Should have went with the Borg double drop. Yeah. Yeah. Could trap a ball and maybe releasing it could go straight down the middle. Yeah, on that right side. Yeah. Okay. All right. So inner arc blades comes fitted with inner arc. Has 3 flippers, 2 in the usable position, and 3rd on the guitar-shaped mini playfield. Look at this.
For the record, yeah. Joel, did we say who the designer of this playfield is?
No. Did it say it?
It's Barry Ausler.
Oh. Did it say it here?
Wow.
I doubt. Do you think it says it up here at the top?
I don't know. Look around. That's what I thought I heard.
Does anybody... If anybody was wondering, just pinballnews.com. Here we go. If anybody wants to look, look ahead, and this game slaps, yeah. You guys think this is one? This is going, yeah. Scroll up. Okay, Brian Leisure, thank you.
There it is. Yeah, game was designed by Dave Sanders and Barry Ausler as a wide body machine.
Oh, it's a wide body. I didn't even notice that. Dave Sanders, Brian. Yes, this is Highway Pinball's next thing. So right, so.
Well, it was, and now it's with Pinball Brothers. So
well, yeah.
Pinball Brothers took over, yeah.
Okay. So Barry Ausler. All right. What is Barry Ausler's best game, Travis, in your opinion?
Not Queen.
So the theme looks like the Wembley Stadium on the cab, and inside art is an audience and a stage. Good point. Dalton, Andy, how you doing, buddy? Andy Dalton, man, do a tap pass. Hey, Travis, have you ever lost to him? Andy Dalton.
Yes, probably. Are you saying Andy Dalton?
Well, it's not Andy. Ooh, it's not Andy. What's his? It's Dalton. What's his first name?
Dalton.
But what's his last name? He has. I remember his name.
Real last name. So his last name is Ely, but everybody pronounces it Eli.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, Dalton. I'm very sorry. I don't know why I was thinking. Yeah. Man, Queen looks awesome. Looks better in Led Zeppelin at Halloween. Interesting. Yeah, it's not terrible. LOL. Sorry, Dalton. My bad, man. I'll do. Zach loves his Queen. Let me guess, Zach, you're selling this. Apron. What's up with this apron? Is
look
just
at the lasers.
Well, I mean, they carried the art right into the apron, but there's nothing there. I mean, it just looks flat. There's nowhere to put pricing. There's nowhere to put instructions. There's clearly no insider connected. I didn't say I love the machine, but I love the band. Highway's version was a wide body, but Pinball Brothers changed it to standard. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't look like a wide body.
Is that a hole? Yeah, good point. Right here. Look at this thing right here. That is a straight up hole in the playfield.
Wow. Maybe the hole at the top is connected to the hole at the bottom.
I mean, it's not enough. It's not. It's like big enough for like a post, but obviously, why would you want to post there? No pin bar. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's where you put your. That's where you put your cigarette butts. Thank you, Saul. Where's the hole bar? Yeah. Interesting. Let's see if they dive in here on what that hole is for. I doubt it, but so this is a really interesting. There's more of that hole. Yep. Oh, yeah, no, right here. The break-free kickback uses an up post to stop the ball, but this post hasn't been installed on this prototype machine. Both lanes use inductive switches rather than mechanic rollover switches. Interesting. Yeah,
so at least they're trying something different.
They are. But look at this. I'm used to, like, don't you think the ball could come out here on the right side? Like, it's just going to come down and hit this stop.
No, I don't think it would.
You don't think that ball's could possibly go one way or the other?
I mean, it could. I'm not saying it couldn't, but...
Joel, show the inner art blades again. It seriously reminds me of Family Guy. Okay. I mean, it's very cartoony, and it's a lot of hands. It's a lot of fingers, actually. Like, there's a lot more hand than there is arms. It's weird. Like, this is a thumb right next to an entire arm. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
You know?
World's
Yeah.
largest thumb.
It's like perspective, right? It's like that, right? Is that what we're doing here?
Has. Yep. There it is right there. It's in the chat. Dalton has the perfect
Dalton.
note for that.
Dalton's got it. Thumb will haunt your nightmares tonight. That one thumb. Oh, boy.
Okay, Carrie makes a good point here. He says the song "Don't Stop Me Now" isn't in it. Don't understand. So what songs are in this?
Hey, I don't know. You think I haven't read any of this? This is the hot take, right? We're all looking at this together. Right?
Joel, you're the host.
That doesn't mean I'm prepared for this, right? It has some great songs in it. Okay, we'll get to those. So piano drops. So it looks like there are 4 drop targets here, and then there are 3 targets behind it. So that's interesting. So you'll hit those drops down, and then there's 3 targets.
So it's kind of like Mustang then. You just hit down the drop targets, and it has stand-up targets behind it.
Yeah. Kerry Hardy, not to mention. Kerry Hardy, how you doing, buddy? Watched your Johnny Mnemonic video today. I am locked in on that. Not to mention they have live versions.
Way to fangirl in the middle of our show.
Dude, he makes good content, okay? Yeah.
He does.
If you made good content, I would fangirl. But,
true.
You know, true.
Kerry is probably one of the best pinball YouTubers there is.
Kerry, the only thing I felt bad was he has his playfield up and he's like unscrewing things and he's pushing and the playfield just keeps turning towards him. And I know you just unveiled like some fancy playfield thing, so hopefully that fix your issue. But I felt for you in that pain. So yes, that was before I got the new one. Exactly. Yeah. So 4 drops, 3 behind. That makes sense. How do you know it's not live in Audition to Studio? What? I don't know what there's. Oh, not to mention there are the live versions. I would prefer remasters. Oh, you're talking about the actual audio. Okay. So here's this ramp thing. So this is what I was saying with this hole. This is kind of cool. This is like a metal flap. So it looks like the ball goes in this hole and then gets shot up. It actually gets shot up through this because there's this metal bracket right here to stop it. So it gets shot up and then carries and goes down the ramp. So it's like so that means
like Hot Wheels. It's just like Hot Wheels, basically.
It's like a VUC without it going around the ramp. You know, it goes straight up through the ramp. So
I could see that being interesting.
It could. I mean, is there any way? I'm assuming it's spring steel, but is there any way that steel would essentially get bent up, or like Lebowski? Dalton, does Lebowski have something like that?
I feel like there's a very not safe for work picture on this.
Oh yeah, there is the bicycle. Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to that.
Okay,
it's right here. Yep.
Yeah, good luck. We're gonna be off Twitch.
Yeah, because of art. Yeah.
Hot tubs now.
Oh, good. We got rollovers. If you guys were wondering. Oh yeah, this girl has her bra off. They really went all out with with the art here. Like Lebowski. Yeah. All right. So, what are we? Left rollover lanes and pop bumpers. Ball exits the left rollover lanes. Okay. Yeah, it's this bicycle right here. Is what Travis is talking about. Next to left orbit.
So is that a metal
lane.
flap? It is a metal flap.
It is a metal flap. I mean, it's a cool concept. I hope it works well. Like it would be unique, right?
How exactly is that supposed to work in theory?
Since this is metal. This is a thin metal piece. So the ball's going to push that metal up, and then it's going to spring back down, and this ball is going to hit this top metal bracket, and it's going to hit that and then trickle down the ramp, right?
And do what?
And return to the right flipper and amaze you. Amaze you. Is this thing coming out next year when Stern Pros are $15K? I don't know. Does it say pricing in this? Hey, it's advertising Godzilla over here.
I don't think. Is this game even supposed to be a in-production game, or is it just a one-off?
Oh, there's a drop here. No, I think this is legit. When the drop is down, the ball enters the saucer. It is kicked up through the flap into the water form above, like the spider hole kicks the ball into the Bony Beast ramp in Scared Stiff. Spider hole. Yeah, Dalton's all over it. Yeah.
See, Dalton knows his stuff.
Dalton knows. I should have.
No.
Dalton, what are you doing next time I do this?
He has a better Southern accent than I have, so yeah.
Yeah. All right. I mean, it's a cool concept. Yeah, here's that bicycle pic that Travis is a fan of.
Hilarious.
Yeah. What I don't understand is the LED, the cutout is an arrow. Do you see this? This inserts this way, but yet the picture, I don't quite get it.
Hey,
Whoa,
we don't
game.
care about the picture. We don't
Yeah.
care about
The insert.
That's right.
These inserts, but this is the thing. Like, this is an arrow insert, and they just printed straight over it. Same with this big square insert, straight over it. Doesn't even try to get the.
Wow.
Yeah. Gamer Chris plus Pinball. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. It's just crack. Oh yeah, it's just crack. It's just crack, guys. We're all right.
Yeah. See, I told you, Monica. It's just crap. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Dakota Mike, how you doing, buddy? Human-shaped inserts are a bit pricey, Joel. True. What do we got? To the right, up kicker. Okay, here we go. So either side of the lane.
Who's that lady down there?
Stand-up tart. That one, that lady. I don't know. To the right of up kicker is the center ramp. All right, we're at the center ramp now. The Wembley lock. The ramp represents Freddie Mercury having the microphone artwork. So it goes up here. So this we talked about that. That center ramp is going to go back to the left habit trail
Around the Wembley Stadium.
But there's magnets here. That's what it's saying. There's a 3-ball lock device that's used to start Wembley multi-ball. This device wasn't fitted to this prototype game, but the opto switches for lock ball are visible. So something back here is grabbing the ball, or 3 multiple. That's a fat bottom girl. Mm-hmm. Well done, Big Tex. Well done.
Oh man,
that's a college. Yeah, cancel Seraph. Cancel my Godzilla and got one of these on order. Yeah, yep. Oh boy. Cosmic Kart Racing. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. So it goes back and interesting. Okay. So finally, once ball exits the lock on the way to the left in lane, the diverter arm can articulate and send them to the other wire form. Oh, so there is a diverter right here. So the diverter could, you're either going down to the left or to the right.
Earlier.
What?
I wasn't lying to you earlier. I told you there was a diverter.
Yeah, you're making stuff up.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, Craig, what do you think so far? Like, is this making you happy as a pinball fan, or is this making you sad? Or are you just like, what the hell is this doing on my screen? I mean, what do you think?
So I do like that guitar upper playfield. It looks cool-ish, right? Although, in reality, when that ball comes in there,
okay, here's the upper playfield.
It's interesting. The upper playfield is kind of interesting to me because it looks like they have a captive ball.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, right here in the back.
Yeah.
So this is all wire form. So there's nothing over here. Is this where the ball comes up? I think this is where the ball comes up. But then you have a captive ball here. But then this over here looks like you can shoot and it goes somewhere. I'm assuming it'll tell us. And then you have 3 stand-up targets. That's your upper playfield.
Fan of the stand-up targets, but I don't know. It looks like this could have had some potential. I like the idea of a captive ball, but then it kind of falls apart pretty quick.
I don't know why people are hating this game. It's more packed and looks more fun than the majority of modern pins. Go ahead. Let's hear your opinion there, Craig.
Well, so here's my opinion about this. I don't. It's not a disaster. However, to me, what it's starting to come down to in this hobby, it's coming down to price now. So if they bring this game out and go, hey guys, here's our latest thing. We've got the Queen license, and you can get your Queen, one version only Queen edition pinball machine, $11,500. Come and get them. No. If this game was $5,000,
Saul said okay, 7,500. Does that actually say it somewhere? Is that right? 7,500. Dalton, you're right. By the way, Led Zeppelin's better than Guns N' Roses. Yep.
No.
Sorry, Craig. No, I'm saying it would be a good price cut.
Yeah, and a lot of it does come down to to the gameplay and the code on this thing. But the hobby's getting to the point now, in my opinion, where we've got a leader in this hobby who is outpacing everybody times 4. They're going to release 4 games this year. That's 4 times as many games as anybody has released. And, they really should be leading the market in terms of price. And everybody's following suit, thinking that, if we get a pinball machine out, we can now charge $10,500, $11,500 for our game too. My whole thing is no, because Stern to me is the leader by far. You know when you're going to get your game. You can depend on the quality of the game. They've got the best designers in the hobby. They've got the best themes. I'm not trying to say, more pinball isn't good pinball, but we can't all have every pinball machine costing $11,000 when they can't get to that level of quality and manufacturing is sort of my thought on that,
Zach, if you're what's because this is Pinball Brothers, right? So Pinball Brothers is making what? Pinball Brothers is making Pinball Brothers. That's not Dutch is making Big Labs. Pinball Brothers is making Alien, right? So
Alien.
How much is Alien? Is this going to be comparable? Because my initial impression here is the art, but there's mechs here. This is not stripped down. Yeah. This is not like there's some cool stuff here that I want to see. I will die with my boots on and even say Stranger Things is better than GNR. Dude, Stranger Things is legit. Has Pinball Brothers said a word about this? Worst reveal ever. It's this literally popped up in my Facebook feed like a little bit ago. Gary, thank you for the follow.
The machine kind of gives me feelings of like Dirty Harry or something like that. And that is a Barry Osler game.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying it's exactly like it, but it kind of reminds me of it in a way. So maybe, I don't know, maybe this design's kind of like mid-90s type design, and maybe that's something that pinball needs right now.
Yeah. Carrie, buddy, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate the support there. I like this. AO, have you guys seen the live Wembley, have you actually seen the live Wembley concert of Queen? Because he does this like vocal warm-up. Ayo.
Can't say.
Well, watch it. It's on YouTube. But that's the fact that that's included. Ayo, I think that's kind of cool. Monica, Travis, your wife says, hello, gorgeous, which I'm assuming is probably referred to. It's either me or Greg. That would be my guess.
He's probably watching a Keith Elwin video and just yeah.
There we let's help her out real quick.
Yeah, that's Live Aid. You're right. It is Live Aid.
Yeah, Live Aid. There you go, Monica. Let me help you out here. Is she watching? Is that all right, Travis? He just shakes his head. Yeah.
I like Kevin Smith is one of your other options you could go with too.
With Keith Elwin, you type in Keith Elwin, Kevin Smith pops up.
Yeah.
God.
All right. We'll hop back here when Keith has a beard. Yeah, I appreciate Carrie. I'm glad you're seeing that.
Hey, I've got a little bit.
It's coming.
A little bit right now. Yeah.
What was
It'll
it?
be here 2022.
What was it? What was that, Keith? Grow it longer? Got it. Okay, just checking with Keith real quick. All right, let's keep going then. So apparently this is the shot that pops it up, right? The lane feeds upper. The lane feeds under and feeds what is probably the game's main toy, the red special upper guitar. Probably the game's main toy. What would be competing with that? Just wondering. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird when I look at this. There seems to be mechs, I guess, in the targets and everything. But
you see Zach's answer: the big finger. The big finger is the main toy. Yeah, or the thumb. Yeah, it's a thumb. Yeah.
Nice beard.
Travis, Alice High School.
Okay, here we go.
I love how everybody's ganging up on Travis and Craig doesn't have a beard either.
30 seconds. Let's go ahead. Give your best on the beard. Let's just get this out of the way. Everybody get it out of your system.
No, really, all that matters is what Monica says, right? Monica, you got any solid insults?
You're drunk, Uncle Dalton.
There, wait, let's just check in real quick. Step up your game there, Travis. That's what I mean. Step up your beard game. Yep. Okay, thank you, Keith. Monica, invest in a Sharpie. Oh man, no beard. But that lighting, Carrie knows what I'm talking. Yeah. Okay, Zach, we were giving Travis a little love earlier. We're like, Craig's got his lighting on full blast. I got a little lighting going, and then Travis got that.
I'm trying to hide all the wrinkles in my face.
Yeah, that mood lighting going with the bokeh in the back.
Hey, I got to get ready for the my farmers only profile
there
picture.
You go.
I think that's what Carrie Hardy said.
Man, oh boy. All right, so let's keep going. So the red special guitar. What's it saying up here? The ball arrives on the upper playfield via an up kicker, then sends it into the playfield on the right side. This feeds the upper playfield's full-size flipper. Full-size flipper, all right. So, I mean, hey, Mando, right? Mando had 2 flippers and 6 targets. This has 1 flipper, 3 targets, a captive ball. You know? It does move, though, right? Travis would look like Edward Norton with a beard.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, this is what the Edward Norton beard.
So what do you think that game's worth?
What?
In 2021 or in reality?
He just has a goatee. Is this what Travis looks like?
Yeah, in reality, because look, if I'm a prospective pinball buyer, right, which I am, and I look at a game, and then I look at the other options around that game. You know, if you're a diehard Queen fan and it's got to be Queen or nothing, then I guess you pay what you're going to pay. But
right.
short of that.
Well, okay, maybe the question is, if this came out at $6,500, they'd sell a ton, right?
Fine.
I
don't have a problem at that price.
I think that's the closest competition, comparing it to Hot Wheels.
Hey, just real quick, Travis, will you look straight at your camera and tilt your head just slightly? Just...
I hate all of you.
Not even close. Not even close.
Somebody suggested it. We had to check it. That's all. Little bit. Okay, Dakota Mike thinks. Travis is ranked 61st in the world right now, so his lack of beard is irrelevant. I mean, true. Beard and, I mean, like Raymond Davidson doesn't have much of a beard, right? Look at the post in the middle of the upper playfield. Odd spot. Which post? This thing? Or that thing? So it feeds here. I just don't understand what's going on here. Maybe if I scroll down more, it'll tell me. Yeah. Oh, and the whammy bar. Oh, you're right. There's a post right here. There's a post right here. Dead center of this playfield. Why would that be there?
Oh, so that's probably a ball guide right there next to it then.
This?
Oh, that's what it is. I see it now.
Yeah, but it's wide open over here. So the ball rolls down this way.
So then what happens? Because that looks like...
Is that just to help ricochet it that way?
We'll go to 11 o'clock on that guitar.
Yeah,
see
this... where it can go off, yeah.
Now, does that go up?
I don't... Well, let's roll down.
And come back?
Okay, so here's your ball. Yeah, look at that. So the ball comes in here. Comes in here.
Somehow.
Yeah. It loops. Upper playfield can shoot 3 illuminated stand-ups, which will light lock. An exit lane, which leads to the 3-ball lock below the guitar captive ball. So this you hit these, and then it goes back here? Yeah, there's a scoop. Look at the scoop right there.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Where does that go to?
So what happens if you hit this scoop early? The exit to the lock is the right of the Radio Gaga model. The captive ball and its ball guides were not properly installed on this prototype, but there's quite some distance between the Newton ball and the captive ball target. Yeah, right there. Okay, so this is very... I don't know. I
honestly don't know where that goes.
180 scoop to feed upper, I guess. Well, I thought it was over here. I thought this VUC is the thing that feeds the upper flipper. Is on the right side. Well, I literally couldn't grow a beard till I'm 35, so you know. How old are you, Travis?
Oh, let's talk Queen.
I don't know. I mean, you know, we're not going to stop the chat. I think Keith Elwin is the Keith Elwin of pinball designers. I agree. I think you're right on that. Yep. All right, thank you.
Honestly, so is that where the ball comes up?
To the back panel lock. It says the back panel, the lock exit and captive ball. This is a lock exit. But what I don't understand is there's nothing blocking it. So if you hit something back into it, does it just spit it back out? The ball can also exit the upper playfield just below the flipper. Oh, apparently it's done with it. Is anybody else actually reading this and going to tell me the right way? What's going on? You just read it. It feeds a lock under the guitar. Yeah, but what if you lock it too early? Is that a thing? How drunk are you right now? What's so? Don't question the bolster geometry. He is the Keith Elwin of pinball designers. Ah, I see what you're saying.
Okay, so real talk. So pricing on this, if this was around Hot Wheels pricing, which I think currently MSRP is $63.99, I think.
Okay.
Didn't they go up 100?
Yeah.
I think that this could be a possible buy at $63.99.
If the code isn't garbage, I mean, what I'm seeing, there is a lot of stuff that looks fun to shoot. I don't doubt that. Like this, I don't know, geometry wise, this looks fun to shoot, in my opinion. It's not like a super flowy, like Godzilla, right? The Godzilla reveal. I want to shoot everything in that game.
You can't compare anything else.
Yeah, but Balser's the Keith Elwin of designers.
This is like comparing the sixth man on an NBA team to LeBron James. We gotta.
This is my point. This is my point.
Yeah.
This is my point. And yet all the pinball companies are trying to price themselves like they're LeBron James, right? And I'm saying,
hey, they're missing.
Just because you make a pinball machine of any kind doesn't mean you get to charge the big Quan.
Is there a topper? I don't think so. It doesn't break down like, there's no nut right here on this threaded post, so garbage.
The no nut screw revealed.
Directly below the guitar upper playfield is the right ramp lane, which feeds the ball into the center ramp, and you can be stopped by a magnet and dropped in the pop bumpers.
So Zach had said that the Alien was 8,000 for the standard and 11 for the LE. What if they price this game at 8,000? What do you think?
I mean, unfortunately, I think if they do mass produce this, it would probably have to be around there, and I think because of that, they would struggle to move units at that price.
8,000?
You'd get the Queen fans to buy early on, but then what do you do afterward?
Do they sell 100?
Do you really think it will compete with Hot Wheels? I'd expect them to charge 1K more or that.
I mean, I don't think the price will compete with American pinball prices, no. But I was saying that would be the sweet spot for it. But unfortunately, the only way to drive prices down like that is if you have a lot of volume going out. And I mean, I don't know. I don't think Pinball Brothers, their manufacturing, could support that at this point in time.
This is a right ramp. So that's how you get to the upper playfield. The drumsticks is a right ramp. So there are two ramps. Dalton, you only said one. Hey, Dalton, by the way, thank you for the bits, buddy. Queen is big enough it will sell better than Hot Wheels. Ooh. That's a hot take.
I actually would agree with that. I would agree with that. If this went into production and they actually were able to make a lot of games, I think it would sell more than Hot Wheels. Yes.
This is the Queen lane. Yeah. So it's just a stand-up target and a drop target. The lane is also blocked by a drop target, which is used to collect a jackpot after making combo shots. At the end of the lane is a stand-up target, which adds... That's how you spell Queen.
I will say, though, that right-hand side with just the target and spelling Queen, I'm not a fan of that.
That looks kind of boring. I'm not going to lie. The right target. What is we got? Apart from the band members, this is not... I mean, somebody really went to town taking photos here and writing this up. What do we have? So you have 4 band members. Whoa, flipping out. Whoa, 1,000 bits, buddy. Very enjoyable stream. We need more of this in stream form. Nicely done, gentlemen. Hey, Zach, appreciate it, buddy. Thanks a ton, man. Appreciate that.
Zach's the best.
Hey, Joel.
Yeah, Craig, you'll get your cut. Travis, no.
You knew I was going to ask.
Yeah. No.
That's none of my business.
That concludes our first look at this prototype. What a way to end that. So Pinball Brothers, though, I mean, realistically, though, is there do you think there's like, let's say they say $8,000. Do you think there would be hesitation with people jumping on this because it's Pinball Brothers? And no.
If they're Queen fans, no.
They're doing it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, you got to remember too, there's a lot of people out there that are one-off buyers for pinball, more than what we realize. So if they see that one theme, they don't necessarily care about design. They don't care about code. They don't care about anything other than it happens to be that one thing that they collect. And Queen is huge. I mean, especially over in England. So I would have to think that it would sell decent.
Oh, good. That's a good point. I didn't even think about the overseas sales, right? the
Yeah,
overseas
there's more
sales.
places in America that plays pinball, Joel.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so 14 live songs, right? Okay,
So
another
thumbs
one.
up or thumbs down from the chat on this. At let's just split the difference at 8,000, right?
$8,000.
At
That's
$8,000,
cheaper than a Stern Premium.
cheaper than a Stern Premium, yes. Would that be a
More expensive than an Oktoberfest.
Pros have bumped to next week. Part shorter. Oh, he's talking about Mando. Dalton, I streamed Adam's Family and discovered Adam's Family is one of 2 games in the 90s.
You know, this game kind of reminds me a little bit, like
bad.
when I look at that back glass and everything, you know, LCD aside, I don't know, those circles at the bottom there almost remind me of the Gottlieb
on the back
logo
glass
or something like that. Yeah.
There's some good songs on here, though, by the way. Killer Queen, We Are the Champions, Someone to Love.
No,
I mean, they got... What hit are they missing? What hit are they missing?
Fat Bottom Girls.
Fat Bottom Girls. I love this stream. Hey,
song as soon as you hit start. If that song's not playing, GTFO.
Fat Bottom Girls is the go. Okay, Fat Bottom Girls and Don't Stop Me Now.
Good ones there.
Don't Stop Me Now would be a great song to kick on when you drain, right? Or if you get a kickback, like if you a ball save, it just starts Don't Stop Me Now. Yeah, those are good. Okay, so which song do we kick off then? Hammer to Fall. I don't know that song. Then again, I'm not a huge Queens fan, right? Kaz,
The band name, right? So yeah.
What will sell more, Queen or Spinal Tap? Queen.
Oh gosh.
Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spinal Tap will sell 3, and one of them's probably to the owner. There's no way.
Didn't Jeff Teolis say he was like a huge Spinal Tap fan and he's considering? Radio Gaga is actually a really great song.
Well, that's what I mean. The other one's Jeff Teolis.
And Jeff Teolis, yeah. Zach called him out too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, whoa. There's an action button.
Was this like an accidental
there is
reveal, or was this a purposeful thing on the part of the pinball?
There is a massive action button.
That's the biggest Teolis button I've ever seen in my life.
Massive action button.
Right there on that lock bar.
And the launch, there's no plunger. So the launch button is tiny, but the action I bet you launch the ball with that action button. Who really is Jeff Teolis? Great question. That's a Sega launch button. That's freaking huge. Brian May is playing Harlem Globetrotters pinball in the beginning of the Queen's music video for One Vision. All right. Okay. So overall takes. Art.
They actually do have a video at the bottom that says, "Here's a short video of the game," and it's a track mode. But it contains Queen music, so there's a chance it could be taken down. So up to you, Joel.
There we go. I'll mute it. How about that?
Okay. Yeah, good idea. Play it to where nobody can hear it.
We're all in this together, huh? Hey, Ilo, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support. I mean, just rah, just sing it along, you know.
I mean, it's live video. It's
okay. I don't know. I don't think I have it set up where desktop audio will actually carry through. So I definitely didn't do that. Great talk.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, he's singing. Yeah.
I mean, that's live video, so that's something, right?
It is. But when is this going on? Like, okay, obviously this is a demo, right? So it's if you were
they say up top, it's in the track mode.
This is a track mode. I was gonna say because there's obviously there's no score. There's nothing showing right now. Joel, sing it for us. I don't know what song we're singing here. Let me. I mean, my rendition would be so close that I'd probably still get DC.
They're onto something. If seriously in the track mode it plays a full song live on the LCD screen, that would actually be pretty cool.
Or a full concert, right? Like you don't want just one song.
I'm not gonna stand in front of the pinball machine and watch a full concert, but I'll watch one song.
One of the picks has no action button, so that was a flyer. You should do it like GNR live.
The video looks good.
So live footage, but remastered audio. Well, it says live audio. So
this would be a first then. I can't recall any other pinball company doing something like this.
What, having live audio or live video?
No, having like a full live video of the full song in a track mode. I think that's really smart. I mean, think about it. If you have a bunch of friends over, right? Just picture this from Deadpool. right? That has a decent soundtrack to it. You have a bunch of friends over, and while it's in a track mode, a music video starts playing a full song.
True.
I don't know. It's kind of cool.
I know, like Beatty and Bill, one of them has GNR, and they say they like love to just turn on a track mode. There's like a jukebox mode, and they literally just turn that on, and then they play. Oh, there is no action button, so it was just in the flyer, and there's an actual plunger, unless this is a prototype.
Well, no, that is that's on the
well, yeah, but they say it's a prototype. So the question is the ramp mirrored? It looks like it. The question is, does the flyer show what the goal is, or was the flyer like a prototype? Like that was alpha version. I don't know.
Oh, so we're wondering if the Teolis button is on there or not on there.
True. Yep. GNRC also used the light show inside and exterior for jukebox. Oh yeah, you're right. With all of the.
Yeah, that's very smart.
I don't know. I mean,
it's not as bad as
it's
I thought
not
it was.
terrible. It's not bad. It's not bad. All right, brothers, I got to call it a night. Hey, Dalton, appreciate you, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the bits.
Thanks, Dalton.
It's not as
bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead. When you break it down like you did, and we look at it, see this, it's not as bad. Again, some of this for me is coming back to price again. So I'm like, yeah, it's not that bad, but am I going to pay the big dollars again when I have other options out there?
Yeah.
For the same or more,
Just listen to it. That video is live concert and is multiple songs. Nice. I mean, if they have legit assets and songs and the audio package is good, like, I don't know what type of speakers they have in it. Oh, look, Travis, they're highlighting your fat bottom girl there in the flyer.
So, I just keep coming back to this concept where the pinball landscape all of a sudden, and this is a good thing, is getting more it's getting more crowded these days, and so it's coming back to value for dollar for me, and what the options are out there. Let's say you're going to buy this game. When am I going to get it? Am I going to get it in 6 months, a year, 2 years? Like, these guys really haven't proven themselves on the manufacturing front, which, as we've all seen, is a major hang up for most of these companies. In fact, I'd argue for all of these companies who can't produce more than one game a year. And if someone can do one consistently, I'd say they're doing great.
Sure.
Because most of them aren't even getting there. I'm, again, not to be too hard on them, but I would say even a company like JJP isn't quite there yet,
Oh, I understand what you're saying. I just realized there's no nuts on any of these posts. But anyways, I get what you're saying. They're if you have, look at those missing nuts. Yeah.
So why?
Just saw
like, why? So why am I going to park,
right there,
$10,000 for a year when I don't even know if I'm going to get the game? Or is Pinball Brothers going to be in business in a year, 2 years, 3 years? Where am I going to get parts? I don't know.
It's a good point. I mean, I get it. You're saying if you had $10,000 and within the next 6 months you were going to buy a game, where are you going to put that? I mean, sure, if you're a diehard Queen fan and your entire basement is decked out in Queen stuff, then fine. But I understand. Yeah, there are other, like, Stern is a safer bet, right? And I get that, and even JJP is a safer bet. So I see the hesitation, but what I will say is I'm not, like, what I'm seeing is not bad. Like, I'm not dismissing this thing. It's not like Punny Factory or something like that, where you see the game and you're like,
it would be a worthy offer. In today's landscape, it would be a worthy offer. Now, is it going to win a Twippy? Probably not. But does it look decent? Yeah, it does. I think if you're a Queen fan, you might take a shot at this.
I will tell you right now, if Jeff made a best Art Blades Twippy, I would vote for this. Just because I would love for it to win. I would feel bad for everybody else, but if that thumb, where is that thumb? If that thumb could win a Twippy, where is it? I mean, props to whoever wrote this article, because there's a lot of pictures here to scrutinize on.
Best Art Blades.
Where? Come on. Best Art Blades. Give me that thumb.
Just want to see the thumb one more time.
There it is.
Whitest
there.
Drop target.
Right there. That thumb that's as big as the arm next to it. Right there. I'm putting those Art Blades in my Godzilla. Yeah. Pinball Brothers distros don't request full payment until the games are in a boat. Well, that's good. Twippy for the most hands in the machine, 100%. Yep. Does the hesitation extend to the 120 Raza? Yeah, I mean, take that back. Punny Factory is amazing. Gleno, my bad. Yep. Toppers, Goran, there is no they did not show a topper to this. Skin tones are a bit similar. Valid point. Yeah, valid point.
All right, so I got a good segue then.
Okay.
How does this compare to Ultraman?
How does it compare to Ultraman? Let's I just want to use this screen because I made it, even though I think we're gonna hop right back into toppers. Yeah, there are a few thumbs. I'll just say, hey, everybody that's here, by the way, everybody that's here, thank you for being here. This is me trying something new. I talked to Zach about it, and I think it's great because Zach actually mentioned on the Pinball Show that this type of show would be entertaining. But my basement is, I typically stream, and my basement, I'm currently in the drywall stage, so all my electrical outlets are undone. So I kind of pieced this together last minute. Thank you, Travis and Craig, for hopping on. But this is great. This is a lot of fun. So chat, thanks for being here, and yeah, hopefully we will be doing more of this. Kaz, dude, loving the support. All right, Ultraman. Well, we've seen a ball drop through the playfield into the cabinet in Queen. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, good work. Awesome. Thank you, Dakota Mike. Let's take a look. Let's hop here. So I pulled this up. Props to Nap Arcade. He wrote a little review here on Ultraman, and let's look through this. I will tell you, sneak peek here. Travis here has actually played, not Ultraman, but he has played quite a lot of Halloween. So I'm curious what you're saying. So right here, this actually hints at what you're talking about. Is more like $1 million question, more like the $10,000 question with pinball these days. How was it? So the fact that there's all these games coming out, 10K, right? I mean, it's just, yeah. So what did he have to say? He said, art is absolutely fantastic. Does anybody disagree with that? That the art is not fantastic on Ultraman? Anybody in chat disagree? Because I personally really like the art. I really like the art. I think it's a very good looking machine. And look at that guy's hand. Why not? What is going on with the blur in his finger? Look at that thumb. We're just all huge, massive thumbs tonight. Jeez.
I can't with you, Joel. I can't right
yeah,
now.
But look at the thumb. I mean, come on. That's comical, right? I mean, that's yeah. Okay.
I mean, definitely. When I look at Ultraman and I see a thumb, that's what I want to zero in on.
Thumbs up. No, it wasn't. But the guy's beard made it look weird. But look at that art. I mean, I think. Saul, have a great night, guys. Take care. It was fun. Hey, Saul, appreciate you, man. Thanks for the jokes, man. Ultraman, in my opinion, yes. I think Ultraman versus Queen. Ultraman's winning. I mean, this is hand-drawn art. I think the Ultraman art is legit. I'm quite a fan of the Ultraman art. So I agree with that statement here at the top. Art is absolutely fantastic. Yes, art is subjective, but to me, the art really works on Ultraman. This just auto-corrected to adult ramen. Nice. Bright and fun. All good. So art is good. Playfield layout is super cool. I know some pinball players love flow and hate it when upper playfields slow down, but I'm sick of games that have the same fan layout all over. Travis, you've played the game. I would assume this playfield is quite different than what you're used to playing.
Yes.
And do you? That's all you got to say about that?
Well, I mean, so do you want to finish reading the article and we can get into it, or do you want me just to go straight into it?
Oh, okay. We'll finish here. Okay, so right here. So the game has a ton of potential. This game has a ton of potential, but that's a solid. That's a big of a but as the playfield but that we just saw. All right, but I have never seen a game with fewer callouts at launch. Ultraman in his current form is very confusing to play. I had little idea what to shoot and no idea what I was shooting. There are no voices that tell the players what to do at all. I was playing using the old pinball adage, shoot the blinky light, right? So that's something. Yes, nice looking videos that did have words to tell you what to shoot on it from time to time. However, how do you take time to look at that? However, if you take the time to look at the screen, you will almost certainly drain. Why? Because the game has a ton of subways, and after a brief pause, mysteriously transport the ball to one of your flippers. If you look at the screen instead of that, Drain City. I think, Travis, you will probably talk a little bit about that as well. Joe Wind Raider, what up, buddy? I think that ultimately Ultraman, nice, will end up being a fantastic fin, but in my humble opinion, Spooky may have unleashed in the world a little too soon. At this point, playing it kind of felt like eating a half-baked cookie. Yeah, raw cookies are tasty, but I wouldn't want to eat too many until they are fairly cooked. So he's basically saying it looks great. He likes the unique layout, but the code is lacking.
So what gives him the idea, or this is what I'm trying to figure out. If somebody feels like that these pins have a chance to be fantastic or really good in the future, what is giving that impression right now?
My
if the code is not there.
Yeah, but my view is, what can't you change, right? You can't change art.
And you can't change layout.
You can't change art. So if you can't change the art and the art's great, good, we're good. You can't change the layout. It's, you know, it may not be your favorite layout, but it's a unique layout. So they're saying the building blocks that are cemented down that cannot change are good. So that's where he has hope that we can change the code and get something better. I don't know. That's the vibe I'm getting from that.
What do you think, Travis, though? Is code going to save that game?
I mean, I guess
is the layout so horrid?
It's in the eye of the beholder. Me personally, okay, so yeah. I spent legitimately about 4 hours playing Halloween total. So I got what I feel is plenty of time on it.
Okay.
And I mean, I went into it knowing that most likely I wouldn't like it based off what I see in the layout, but I went into it with an open mind to try out the shots, to see how things go, and just honestly, just having that many scoops, it just, to me, it makes the whole left side just be Brick City. I mean, the whole left side is like that. And I'm a fairly accurate player, and on that pin, it just felt like anytime I was hitting to the left, my options were either I was slowing down gameplay, like going into a scoop, back to a flipper, or I was sending the ball out of control. And so that in itself just led to a lot of frustration because there was nothing flow-based about the left side except for the left orbit. So that did flow around pretty good. But admittedly,
show that playfield, Joel.
I know. I'm trying to find a top-down view
Travis,
of it.
Just show the top-down, yeah.
That's what I'm... There's got to be a good straight-up top-down.
Sorry, Travis. Keep talking there.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. So, I mean, I'll admit, so the Halloween that I played on, it's a CE. I think it's number 6. And, I mean, the code is bare bones. There's times that I would be hitting certain shots that were lit, and nothing would happen. It didn't matter if it was solid, if it was blinking, just nothing would happen. And then there was obvious exploits that you could do, whether it's just comboing the middle ramp or the center ramp all day long till you get to 500,000 per shot. And then all you got to do is just wait a few seconds. It'll reset itself. And you just repeat the same thing over and over again. You could go up to I guess it would technically be their second upper play field and just basically cheese the spinner the whole entire time for 1 million to 1.5 million points. So there's definitely a lot of balancing issues that they need to address when it comes to the code. And I'm not even focused on the animations or video or anything like that. This is just purely looking at it
rules, codes, points. Yeah.
And I'm telling you, this game, it doesn't even feel like it's half baked when it comes to code. I was absolutely shocked that it was in the condition that it was in, just code wise. And so, I mean, the layout's okay, I guess, but to me, even though it's something different, I don't know, it became very wood choppy. There would be times I'd go to the second upper play field, and then as soon as I fell down to the first upper play field, there's nothing to hit. So I'm forced to just let the ball go down and come all the way back to the flipper and then go back up top.
There's a stand-up target there, and there's a stand-up target there, and there's a drop target there. But you're saying there's nothing to hit, as in, so you're in certain modes, and there's nothing there of value. So you just wanted to get through it.
Well, it depends. So that is the sanatorium mode right there, but there's certain modes that you would do that you would have to go up to that second upper play field. And once that's in, there's really nothing else to shoot. You're stuck just chopping wood up top. And if you go down to that first upper play field, you have to basically let the ball drain back down to your flippers and then go back up top. So there's no way to shoot the ball from that first upper playfield to the second upper playfield.
Oh, because you can
There's
only
no
get to
way
the
to-
upper playfield. Brian,
Yep.
Cause, why do companies keep releasing games that are unfinished? They're releasing them because they have to keep the line going. They finished Rick and Morty. They have to be making good new games. So physically, let's make the game. We'll fix the code later. Otherwise, you have workers sitting there doing nothing until the coders get it figured out, right?
I am telling you guys. So if I had spent, how much was the CE? Like all in?
Yeah.
9,500?
10-ish, right? 10 grand, right?
I think it might be slightly below 10. We'll just say 95.
Oh,
So,
that's right. They bragged that if you, that you could get a CE under $10,000. I remember that
Yeah.
was like a yeah.
so it's definitely under 10, but this is a CE, and like I would be, quite honestly, I'd be pissed if I bought a pin for the price and I got it in the condition that I saw the CE. I mean, we're talking not just a code standpoint, but we're talking ramps falling apart.
There
We're
it is.
talking screws falling
Yep.
out left and right. We're talking targets falling through the playfield. We're talking the subway, the little flap that opens up in the in lane. It got stuck up, so balls were just constantly getting stuck. I mean, it was almost like this pin didn't go through QC. So,
Well,
you know,
who was
interested
it?
to hear from others how it's been for them.
No, we had on TPN yesterday. Crap, I cannot think of their names. It's Jordan and Becca. It's not Fliptronic though. It's the other Jordan. They
Challenge?
no. Zach, help me out. Hub Challenge. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah. I totally misheard you there, Travis. Sorry.
You guys do this every single time.
Yeah.
I suggest something. Joel's always like, nope, wrong.
Yeah, I just bet on wrong, and I'm normally right. Anyways, Hub Challenge. They streamed Ultraman, and they said in Discord afterwards, like they had to duct tape some spot on the game because the ball fell through. The buzzsaw on the topper almost fell off. They broke the game when they found some exploit. Yeah, so you said $8,999. I remember them saying if you got the butter cabinet, you could still be under 10 grand. But still, it's a $9,000 pin, right? Yeah, ball fell from the game into the bottom of the cabinet.
I don't. And to me, again, not to beat this dead horse, like that doesn't fly anymore, right? Like maybe 5 years ago when this company was first getting going, you could cut them some slack on this. This is like what, game 4 or 5 for them? I think is it so they had America's Most Haunted.
Yeah, I mean, they sold everything out.
Rob Zombie.
Say they arrived.
Yeah, Alice Cooper. Yeah, so
at this point,
Yeah.
like, we can't keep treating the company like it's the little engine that could, because this little engine can. They've already proven it. Their last 3 pinball machines that have come out for them have sold out. Rick and Morty
Within
Halloween,
hours.
Yeah, they've all sold out. So we can't keep using this excuse, and it's just
It's
shocking in the condition it showed up in.
So Rick and Morty, when it was shipped, there was a few things that people tweaked with the ramps and stuff, but it wasn't this type of QC, right?
wasn't that horrendous?
No,
Yeah.
this though, I've heard a lot about that. The QC of this game is not that great. Now it's obviously I think it's going to get better as the run goes on.
Joel, there's a video out that Spooky put out in June to where they touted their QC, and I remember sending you the link with the exact timestamp.
Yeah, that their QC is better.
They touted it. So if you're saying it and it's showing up in this condition, I mean, there's screws in that left ramp, and I showed you the pictures, Joel.
Yeah.
To where there's 2 screws. So, Craig, I don't know if I told you this. I was trying to hit the left ramp, right, and it kept rattling, and I didn't know why. And finally, I got down eye level and looked. There's 2 screws there on the ramp, like right when it reaches the top, and those screws weren't even flush. They were basically up at a 45-degree angle that was causing the ball just to airball into like a protector and rattle around. And it was just, man, it was just really frustrating. And it's a shame.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
I mean, those ramps, they should be fun to shoot because they're in open areas. They're the orbits should be fun to shoot. But when you have stuff like that, it just makes the end user experience not very fulfilling. And if you have somebody else coming in there that they're a first time player that they see Halloween and they're coming in to play it and they don't know why the ramps are rejecting because they don't necessarily understand pinball geometry or what to look for, they're going to leave that experience with a bad taste in their mouth, and they're probably not going to come back to it. So that's what makes it just really frustrating that a collector's edition would show up
with that.
in
Yeah.
that condition. There's just no excuse for it.
Wolfman, you said Ultraman was fun to shoot. Rick and Morty. Oh, you're saying Rick and Morty was a stinkfest. Okay, so Ultraman, I don't know. I mean, so Travis, you're saying no, it wasn't fun to shoot. I mean, like the shots.
When you say
It was not fun to shoot at all. No, it was wood chopping the whole time. The way that the code was, right? So it led me to only two things to really do, which was just center ramp all day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me take this back a little bit. So I've talked about this before, that I do like 3 drop targets in front of a shot to where you have to hit those to open it, right?
So right here and above this big pumpkin, there's 3 drops.
Where they have it though, it's in such a spot that automatically just creates air balls galore, and that's why they have that little deflector on top, because they knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's at the very beginning, you're guaranteed to basically just be hitting the ball all over the place. It's just total chaos, which I guess is fine for some. For me, I don't know. I don't want to have to hit down drop targets all the time. But then there's times that basically when you get to certain parts of the game right now, the way it's coded, you'll be hitting shots and nothing counts and nothing's happening. And then at one point, for example, there was one mode to where I had to hit each individual stand-up target starting from left all the way to right to that scoop. Legit, nothing else was lit. So it was trap, hit that furthest little target to the left. Trap, hit the next target.
One right there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, go all the way down to that first scoop.
Oh, right here.
It was hit that little target. Trap up, hit the next target up. Trap up, hit the next target. There was a mode that's all it was, and I'm just like, this is not fun. Like for me, it just wasn't fun. And when you're talking about that, well, this pen is supposed to have a bunch of flow and all that, the code needs to reflect that. The code needs to lead you to that. And there's times that I would hit a shot and it would return back to a flipper, right? Because of the subway. But there was no shot to forehand. There was no shot. It was only a backhand shot. And so your timing has to be such that you're really aware of that, but then it's just not a fulfilling shot. I mean, one of the most fun shots on Jurassic Park, for instance, is the chaos, or the, what's that shot called? Somebody help me out in the chat, to where that little up post comes up and you have a second to pick out what you want to do.
Oh, the smart bomb shot.
Yeah.
The smart bomb shot.
Yeah, that's a fun shot. So I feel like that this pen could have had something like that, but they don't, unfortunately. And I don't know. It's just almost like the code is just such a mixed bag compared to what the layout is. And I don't know. It's almost like there's just so many chefs in the kitchen. It's confusing.
Could you save it though? Like, could this game be saved with code? Like, if they come out and they say, hey, this code is currently at like 40%. We know we have a long way to go, but we're gonna do it. Do you think you could save this pen with good code?
I mean, it's gonna take a lot of effort, because the problem is, for instance, you get into multi-ball, right?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen every single time you hit it in the scoop?
The scoops. The guy said that the scoops don't kick back out. They travel under a subway and then go up an elevator. So
you lose track of it.
Yeah.
Right. So you're losing track of a ball while you're in multi-ball. So every single time you're watching the other balls. So your choices are, you either watch the other balls that are actually moving around the playfield, or you have to pay attention to the end lanes to see when the lights are lighting up to give you an indicator to hit your flippers. So you're having to take your eyes off certain things. And more times than not, the majority of players are going to pay attention to the balls they can actually see. So it's almost a guarantee that you're going to drain out on that ball. And that's just, for me, that's a very frustrating experience.
Yeah. Wolfman has a really good point here. My concern is because they have to code 2 different pins at the same time, depth will suffer. I mean, so you can write rules that should work for both pins. But yeah, you got to write that code. You got to figure out the assets, the music, the choreographed lights, I mean,
here's the issue with code. When you're looking at code and you're looking at rules, the rule set to a pin has to give you a reason to explore the entire playfield. You have to give a reason to hit a certain sequence of shots.
Okay.
Like, it has to make kinetic sense that I'm going to hit the left ramp for a reason, and then what's my next shot after that? And there's a lot of points in this game right now, as it is. There's not a lot of sense being made. And I think that's the frustrating experience of it right now. So I'm curious, since they're saying, I guess the word going around is that there's a big code update that's supposed to be coming on October 1st.
Oh, okay.
So at least that's what I thought I heard. I thought I've been hearing people say that. So if that is coming, what is going to change?
I'm trusting that you will be in the car and you will drive and you will let us know. But you said the last time you were at your arcade, the game was turned off.
It was broken.
It was broken. So
it was just a very frustrating experience. And I want to give it, I don't want to write it off just yet, but I'm not going to lie. I'll go ahead and just say it publicly. It was, and I've said this privately to a couple of people, it was legitimately the most frustrating experience I've had on a modern pen since playing the Raza prototype a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So is it like when you say the left side's a brickfest, Travis? Is it where like the ball's hitting those hedges? Is that where that gets?
No, the hedges are above the playfield.
Yeah, so it's
literally rubber. Yeah, rubber, scoop, target, scoop, target, scoop, target, and then you have left orbit.
Oh, they're above the.
They're above the playfield.
They're on the playfield.
Yeah.
Well,
oh, I didn't realize that.
Visually in person, Craig, it's really odd because visually you're not eye level with those hedges. So you're literally above the hedges. You can see all the mics.
Yeah. Okay.
So it like having that mic peekaboo out, it's
not really much of a peekaboo. Yeah.
No, because you're all above it. You're just seeing the top of it go. I mean, I guess if I was 10 years old and eye level with the pen, it would be exciting, but it's a head scratcher on something like that. I feel like that type of mech would have been great if they just had one of those and it was towards the back of the playfield and not right up to the front. Like, it's just visually in person, it's very odd to me.
Brian, Kaz, you said Pin Stadiums. Hey, thank you, Scott. Thank you for the bits.
I will say though, Joel
yes.
and Craig, I will say the picture you're on now, the upper playfield, that second upper playfield is pretty cool. The way that
it's cool.
Yeah, I wanted.
The way that you can trap up, you can hit it through the spinner, keep your flipper up, and it'll do that figure eight. That's actually pretty cool. It's a cool touch.
I wanted you to walk us through. You said there is an exploit up here, though, right?
Oh yeah.
So Craig is the new Tom. Man, let the man speak. Oh, my bad, Bob. Yeah, sorry, Craig. We need to let you talk a little more.
Well, you weren't here for the cash talk yet.
Yeah, we'll get there. By the way, Kaz, you're saying it's weird that they don't name a designer. They've admitted, they've said we don't have a designer. Like this truly is being designed by Spooky Pinball. So it's like it's Bug, it's Spooky Luke, there's multiple other people that all have their hands. So they just threw out this name, like something Borloff or something. They just made up a name.
Which is a bit weird.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird in itself, right?
That's exactly why we got what we got.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll just be honest with you. I think whenever you're trying to share the vision, such as so Stern kind of explained this to where certain people would make suggestions, right? And then you could kind of go with this. I don't know if Spooky did that. I don't know if there was a certain designer that was purely on lead that maybe designed 80 or 90% of this. I remember listening to all the podcasts and all the interviews, but I don't recall anybody really saying anything that they designed the majority of it. Maybe I could be wrong. If somebody could,
I think it's mostly Spooky Luke and Bug, because I think they said they made this literally in Luke's basement. He was originally it was designed for John Wick, so they were like making a John Wick game, and so I think Bug said like they would literally work at the factory and then he'd go over to Luke's house and they tinker, and it wasn't until they got the license for. I think they got the license for Ultraman first that they were like, we can make this Ultraman. And then they got the license for Halloween and they're like, wait, we can actually do. So I think I would guess that this is mostly Spooky Luke, who will openly admit doesn't know anything about pinball. And then Bug.
Okay, wait. Did I hear you right on that?
So Spooky Luke has no pinball background at all. Spooky Luke started at Spooky just straight up manufacturing, and he's really good friends with Bug and Charlie, and I think he's actually dating one of Charlie's daughters. and he's just grown to enjoy pinball over the last few years while he's been manufacturing the games. So they said that in a podcast, that his whole idea is, because I don't have 50 years of experience, I'm bringing fresh ideas. That's the logic that they're using. Is Spooky Luke the one screwing down the ramps?
Well, this is what you get. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Maybe this is what you get, right? Like,
yeah.
Thank you, Cos,
Go
by the
ahead,
way.
Craig. I'm going to say something I might regret. So, Craig, you go ahead. You take this one.
well,
Yeah.
you know, you can see their intentions. Like the if you didn't know anything about geometry or whatever, and you look at this upper playfield, there's good materials there. There's I'd say it's okay art. It's not great. It kind of looks like someone just took stickers of Halloween and kind of placed it there. So I'm not really sure what the purpose of that is, but I would have rather just had almost just a plain, like, go with like a wood slatted floor, maybe like blood stains on there with a knife or something. Like, I don't know, but so in theory it looks good again, but in practice, like Travis was saying, when you get to it and you start to shoot it and you realize that you're like, ooh, the thing doesn't shoot well, and then you just spent 10K on this thing and you're like, shit. And this is a company that's been, again, this isn't their first attempt at doing this. This is what disturbs me about the whole thing, is that this should be where Spooky is like slamming this out of the park, right? Like, we're at pin 6 or, whatever it is now, because I'm going to consider TNA, that was one of theirs as well, obviously. So
Yeah, but that was,
I don't know.
they don't
And the
take
whole
ownership
concept
of TNA.
and the whole concept of two themes, one layout. I'm not keen on that idea, because I think, again, this is what you're getting. You're getting like weird, they got to go twice on the code, and we know how long one pin takes to get right. Like,
Yeah.
and all the manufacturers struggle with that, right? And we know the army of coders that Stern has at their disposal to get it right. And Spooky's not that, obviously. So for them to undertake this, I think was, wildly ambitious, and maybe not in the best way. Because I'm more for, I would have rather seen them do one or the other, go Ultraman or Halloween, and really hone that to be the best pin it can be, and not be like I don't understand why they would say, oh, wait a minute, we just got Ultraman, and then 6 months later, shit, we just got Halloween. I would be saying, okay, Halloween's gonna be our next one after Ultraman. We're gonna focus on Ultraman now, right? And we're gonna make that the best game, and then we're gonna do something else. So I'm not, the two for the price of one doesn't really cut it for me,
I see. Yeah.
in concept. It's an interesting thought, but I'm not sure again, it's all execution, and it's not, I don't see the execution here.
Well, I mean, if the game, so like Wolfman, I think Wolfman here in chat disagrees with you, Craig. But the like the wood panel, I mean, I think some of the toys that they've built in this game are neat. I do like the wood panel. I like the art personally, but I get it that it's just, Travis has hinted at, it just seems like you got a lot of things pushed into one game. There was probably a bunch of people that all had good ideas, put them in a game, but the thing that's going to link all of those toys and play fields and everything together is going to be the code. And I know, once I saw that Bowen Karen is not involved in this code, because Bowen was involved in Rick and Morty, right?
Yeah.
And Bowen was involved in Alice Cooper. Bowen's not involved in this, and that scares me, right? New people on code 2, Joe. Yeah, I think Bug is coding this.
I think Bug did the rules.
Yeah.
So, okay, here's the easiest way that we can all figure this out together. Okay.
I'm ready.
Us three in the chat, we can all hold hands on
Help
it.
us.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go, Travis. I'm ready.
This is just a question for everybody. If you were in charge of approving a whitewood, right? So you're going to approve whatever whitewood you see. And what you see is a pin with 3 scoops on the left side and targets. So all your shots on the left side is just scoop or a little stand-up target. Are you going to say, you know what, this is a good idea? Are you going to approve that design?
I mean, look at the right side on Queen, though. It's just one
Joel,
shot.
Joel, we're not talking about Queen. You're
Yeah.
the decision maker.
I agree. I mean, I understand that. Yes, when you have people like Keith Elwin that say, "I hate scoops," and you put 4 scoops on a game, I get it.
Joel, if you're making the decision, though,
Yeah.
are you going to say with that left-hand side, if somebody shows you a whitewood with that, are you going to say, you know what? Let's roll with that. We can do something with that.
I mean, maybe 2 scoops, 3's a lot. I don't know. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, because here's the difference. You can get away with stand-ups. I think somebody just pointed out, actually, the point I was going to make when they talked about Deadpool. You can get away with having stand-ups, right? Plenty of pins. You can get away with it. The problem is when you intermix that much, to me, it creates too much unnecessary chaos that really doesn't become satisfying at all. So the big difference with Deadpool, for instance, if you hit off those stand-ups, right, you have a chance to hit drop targets on little Deadpool, right?
Because it ricochets.
Right. You can see the ball bouncing around doing something.
Yeah.
If you hit the ball off the targets here and it bounces around, you might hit the targets up front, like in front of the
drop. The center ramp drops.
Typically, those are going to be down awfully quick because you have to hit those to access the center ramp and then hit the center ramp like 5 or 6 times to access the upper playfield. So more times than not, you're going to be doing that anyways. There's just really no... It's just so much just like a milquetoast thing that if you're hitting a target, the ball just...
Wait. Hang on. What do you mean by milquetoast thing? This is...
It's boring.
Is that like an Oklahoma thing? Milk toast thing? That's a saying?
Yeah.
Craig, have you ever heard this saying before in your life?
I've never heard milk toast. I was
Chat. Has any 41 people watching right now? Has anybody heard milk toast being as a saying? Milk toast sounds good. Okay, it must be an Oklahoma thing, not a Texas thing.
Yeah.
I'm an Okie. Brian, your buddy Brian isn't even supporting you on milk toast.
Well, he's in Tulsa. That's like...
Okay, Torin. Not to interrupt. I don't want to kill your point, but
you're fine. Like, what I'm getting at is, though, if you see that, is that going to be something like you're going to be excited about to see? If you're going to be like, you know what, this playfield's got some serious potential. Let's see the rest. Like, if I saw that, for me personally, it'd be a 0 starter. I'd be like, okay, we need to rein this back a little bit.
Okay.
You know, maybe just take out 2 scoops. Maybe have like the 3rd one. Maybe that would make more sense to where it leads them. I just think it was just going a little too much overboard.
Would this pin be more enjoyable if the scoops shot the ball back at you?
Absolutely. 1,000%.
1,000%.
1,000%. Yes.
So you're in this elevator feature of theirs, and for anybody that doesn't know, it's every scoop on this game, including this right one. The ball goes down. Whoa, what do we got? Bob, dude, gifting subs left and right. UC Cash, thank you, man. Thank you for those gifted subs. Really,
living up to the name.
Yeah, but every scoop on this game, the ball goes under the playfield into a subway, and then there's an elevator, right? It's hidden under these in lanes where the ball comes back up, and then the ball's delivered to your... So every single scoop in the game, there's no... I agree. I think that just slows everything down, and in one of the podcasts, they said that was purposeful. They said, Spooky Luke is saying, as an inexperienced or somebody new to pinball, hitting a scoop... It's so aggressive. Like the ball kicks out so hard that's when they drain. So they wanted a way to like present the ball.
Just code in a ball save. Code in a ball save then. I have never heard a pinball player, especially somebody that's new to pinball, say, you know what? I don't like the rocket shot, like when Guardian's coming right back to me, or the War Machine shot coming right back to me. I've never heard. Yeah, Craig, have you heard anybody ever get excited about a ball just taking 8-10 seconds to come back to your flipper, like under the playfield?
No.
Well,
so all those headshots, I didn't realize that either. So all those headshots in there, the ball goes under.
All three of these shots, you hit it, the ball goes under a thing, and then it kicks up in an elevator. And I think, Travis, you said there was a time during a multi-ball that you thought there was a stuck ball. But what had happened was, if he had 2 balls, he had hit 2 scoops, so they were both in this subway, and he was just waiting on the elevator to kick one up, you know?
Took over 10 seconds.
Whoa! Penn Stadium apparently outdoing Scott here, gifting 10 subs.
Nice.
Dang,
Whoa.
Scott. Wow, really appreciate this, guys. I mean, like I said, this stream thrown
Look at
together.
Joel, you got Joel blushing.
Okay, so part of me, I love playing pinball. I enjoy playing pinball on stream, but the reality is I love talking pinball. So when this idea of a stream came up, I was like, let's do it. So my machines are down right now because I'm redoing my basement. But this has been awesome. A very active chat, a lot of support. So thank you for everybody. Thank you, Scott Penn Stadium, and thank you, Bob, for the gifted subs. Really appreciate that. Somebody had said earlier in chat, they said the only game that it would make sense to have this many scoops would be Mario, where you're going down in the pipe. And I think that's That's pretty good.
Point.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
What is going on? Flipstream coming in with 5 more subs.
Whoa!
Wow, Flipstream, thank you. This is too much, guys. This is awesome. Like I said, Craig, happy to share the wealth here, and no, Travis. So no, this is awesome, guys. What is this, Oprah? Yeah, you get a sub and you get a sub. No, this is awesome.
Kind of breaking it down a little bit more too, because we haven't talked about the lights either.
Okay, yeah. So a lot of people.
It looks cool here, so it looks good. But
this right, so you can see it in this picture. This is a straight up LED strip. Like visibly, you can see this strip, and there's one here. Travis,
I don't think it's an LED strip though. I think it's called something else. The chat could probably help me out on this. I don't think it's an LED strip because Charlie said it was something other than that. I can't think of it off the top of my head though.
But it is though. It's just an LED strip. Visually though, I mean, is it obvious? Does it look bad? Is it obnoxious? What
in person or
in person.
I mean, it wouldn't be my first choice to do. Let's just put it that way. I don't know. So I think it would have looked much better. And Craig, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. I think it would have looked much better if somehow they could have inverted those lights, right? And then just made a glow to where you don't see actual lights. I think invert them, glow.
Yeah, well, or just do something like what Penn Stadium does, where you put some sort of channel, like you're saying, invert them, point it down, or or put some sort of filter or something over them. But Ramrod, Ian, dude, 1,000 bits, man. What is going on? Thank you.
So is this a mode that happens, Travis, where it goes all orange like this? Is it like, or is this just like an attract mode that they're showing?
This
here?
is the
attract mode, I think. I can't remember. Okay. I know when you get into multi-ball.
A diffuser.
Everything goes crazy, and then it thinks it's Guns N' Roses for whatever reason for a little while, and you just
goes.
It's going nuts.
I mean, then other than that, then it'll instantly return to just a couple of things lit. So I don't know, the light show. It's there. It could be decent. I bet it looks a lot better on Ultraman because it makes sense. When I think Halloween, I don't think of a ton of lights. I think of moody.
Yeah, but they're orange lights. They're orange lights,
and you can see. I can see that multi-ball insert that people are talking about too. That's not quite all the way over.
Oh yeah, that sticks out like a sore thumb.
That is bad.
The multi-ball. Yep. Oh, right here. Yeah.
Right there.
So this is anybody that was listening to the pinball show. This was brought up specifically that hedge multi-ball. The LL are sticking way off. So how that got through the artwork, I don't.
So I will say this. Within 30 minutes of these pictures being released, I had somebody from another company, I won't say which one, and
it's fine on Ultraman because
they noticed that right off the bat, and they said this is pure amateur hour. I can't wait until everybody notices this. Yeah, it just I don't get it. I don't know how that gets through.
Forward-facing, so Penn Stadium, we got an expert here, Scott. Forward-facing LEDs are a tough place for players and for aesthetics. I agree. It probably does look better in picture than in person than on picture. But yeah, some sort of diffuser or not would be awesome. Will this become a podcast? I don't know yet what we're gonna do with this, but I think it could be cool to put the audio out, which could be a lot of fun. That's a good idea, though. This right here, though, if you look, this kind of comes back to what I was saying earlier. Do you think they start with Ultraman and then they adapt for Halloween? Because, I mean, look, the art is lined up perfectly for
That's a good
Ultraman.
point, Joel.
You know?
Yeah.
So this Boltan Bash, totally fine. But yet you compare it to, House Attack 2. Hedge multi-ball here, sticking off. And then House Attack up here at the top, the C and the K. I bet they did Ultraman first and just slapped the license and reskin onto Halloween. I mean, they got an actual Halloween artist. The art is good. I mean, the art of the characters, the art is good. But I don't think, I mean, the guy that did this art is not a pinball artist. So I don't think he did the best job with the inserts.
He did not sound like on the podcast that he did not sound like he was ready to do another pinball machine again in the future. He sounded like he was happy that the project was done.
Good point. Yeah, if he didn't want to do it.
Moving on.
Hey, Brian, here,
This is
Craig.
a crazy ass hobby.
Craig, Brian's saying here, this is like a midweek.
Multi-ball outside the insert. There we go.
This is like a midweek edition podcast. So there you go, Craig. This counts, right?
Yep. Little shout out.
Should have called it that, right? Dude, awesome, man.
Okay, I think that this would probably be a good point, though, and Craig had a very good point earlier about industry pricing. And pretty much we all know that Spooky Pinball wanted the Godzilla license. They lost it out the Stern. We all now know what Godzilla looks like via Keith Elwin and Stern Pinball. And we also know that it's pretty much the same price as an Ultraman CE. So
a premium, right?
An Ultraman CE is the same pretty much as a Godzilla Premium now. So the question becomes, if you had the choice between the two, which one would you get? And after seeing what Stern did with Godzilla and after seeing what Spooky did with Ultraman, do you wish Spooky had the Godzilla license and was able to make a pin out of that?
Craig, you go ahead.
Again, it's so...
Ray Day's here, by the way. Craig, Raymond Davidson is in chat. So be, Ray,
what do you think?
We got a Stern employee.
Price wise.
Well, this is where the frustration comes, for me anyway, and that I think the hobby it's a good thing that pinball is as popular as it is right now, because I don't think this flies, honestly. In when you look at Godzilla and you look what they put into that game for the price, first of all, I look at the price and I'm like, holy shit, it's, that's expensive. But then I look at what I'm going to get. All right, I'm going to connect it to the internet for the first time. Mm-hmm. This thing is packed with mechs, as packed as any game has been packed. It's being designed by the world's best pinball designer. So the layout's going to be fantastic. The art is by the world's best artist, pinball artist. Look at that art compared to the art of these other titles. That playfield, there's not an inch on that Godzilla playfield that isn't covered by Zombie Yeti art, and it's all, I guarantee, the guy labored for hours over that design, hours and hours. You can tell he went over every inch of that playfield to make sure that all made sense and that everything was covered. I mean, that is about as home run as you can get on a machine these days. And so that's the bar. I look at that and I go, okay, that is the bar. What else do people have, right? And you come over to Spooky and then you see that and they want the same price, and I'm like, nope, not even close. It's, in fact, anyway, I don't want to be too hard on them, but it's not even close. It's not even in the same league.
Be realistic about this, because Spooky was the ones that came out and they said, look, this pin has flow. I think they said it flows for
like our flowiest pin.
Yeah. And so what they have is scoops and targets, and what Elwin made was a Magna Grab, something that does something completely different. And
it's fine. Like,
See,
I'm not saying that this is, that Spooky should go away and that's the end of it. I'm saying for 10.5, that ain't cutting it, right? So if they came out and said, we're a junior pinball company, we're, down home, we're going to give you the best we can be, $7,000, $6,000, come and get them, right? I'm like, there's value there. I see that. Are you going to get the best layout? No. Is it going to be a little clunky? Yes. Are there going to be boxes not checked? Yes. But for 10.5 of my money, there better be a box that's like half checked. So, and you know what's half checked in this Godzilla? The Godzilla sculpt at the very back, which gets pulled out instantly and replaced, and that is a dead easy mod change, and that is it. Like that is the only thing that's wrong with that Godzilla game in my mind.
Seraph has a
Zero.
really good comment here, which she's saying shots and layout aside, the rules are not going to compare to either oh, my virus threat protection. Let's turn that off. Yeah, you can't compare. If, and it's nothing against Bug or Spooky Luke or it doesn't matter who's at Spooky. Like Keith Elwin, his rules are ridiculous. So I would say, I mean, personally, I like the art on Ultraman. I'm not going to knock it at all. I think Ultraman's art is 100% the best package. So even if we want to say, and I agree, I'm a big Zombie Yeti fan, but even if we just say the art is a wash, if we compare Godzilla's art to the Ultraman art, I'm going to say it's a wash. But how do you compete for the same price? How do you compete against the best pinball player of all time, who is now becoming arguably one of the best designers of all time? How do you compete with his layout to Ultraman's layout? Nap Arcade, look at this. Nap Arcade, Ultraman plays well. I like the art. Dude, Nap Arcade, I don't know if you're late, but we literally went through your article earlier. So thank you for that. Thank you for posting it, because we really appreciated your opinion here. So Nap Arcade, appreciate you, man. But yes, this is just shot for shot. And it comes back to Queen. Even if Queen was $8,000, if you have $10,000 or if you have $9,000 to spend, it's, I mean, shoot, like Godzilla has set the bar really freaking high. Is Boris Koloff a better designer than Keith Elwin? It's more of a designer because there's more people. But no, the reality is, and let's just check real quick: is Boris Koloff a better? No is the answer. Yeah. Hi, missed it. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. I mean, so I see value for the price in the Stern thing. I mean, if you're gonna spend the money, I find it difficult to get away from the Stern offering, honestly. And occasionally they're gonna release a title, let's call Led Zeppelin, where it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. That's fine. Guess what? There's 3 more coming this year, and they're all going to be fantastic themes. So you skip a beat, and you're not skipping 2 years. And so that's the other frustration, is that it's not like these companies are cranking out the titles and they get a goose egg and we'll see you in 4 months. They get a goose egg and it's like, see you in 2 to 3 years. So it's
it's good. So somebody had mentioned
companies
this.
are very lucky right now that this hobby is as popular as it is right now, in my humblest opinion.
That leads me to the ultimate question when it comes to pinball pricing and comparing Ultraman and Godzilla. All right. So we know that Ultraman is somewhere around the mid 9s, right? For a CE. It's somewhere right around there.
Yes.
Okay. Does this mean that an Ultraman CE is overpriced? Or does this mean a Stern Godzilla Premium could be underpriced? I know people are going to be screaming right now, but what does that mean? Like, which one is it? It's got to be one or the other, because these two games aren't very comparable. So it could be that Stern is right at the correct price, maybe a little high, but then what does that mean for an Ultraman CE?
That's I don't like how good of a question that is. Both are overpriced. Sure, I love that. I love that concept.
So
I would love for pinball to be cheaper, right?
So let's lean into that. Let's lean into both are overpriced then.
Okay.
So then, how much should that Ultraman CE actually be?
Well, okay. It doesn't bother me that the CE is as high as it. Like, it's a collector's edition. It's supposed to be, but I understand the way that Spooky does things. They will sell as many collector's editions as they want to.
Right. And rightfully so. They should make as much money as they can. Yeah.
There is a cheaper version of the game, right? And the only difference, a lot of it is aesthetics. So it's just, I mean, yes, if you compare these and you tell me they're the exact same price, I absolutely think you get more pin with the Stern game. So that would, if with that logic, right, does that mean that the CE is overpriced, right? Ultraman CE should be $7,000. Godzilla Premium should also be $7,000. That would be nice. Yeah. Wouldn't the CE be comparable to the LE though? You can get this. You can get the standard with the same game. So
even if we did, I will be flat out honest. I know people will hate me for saying this, but all things considered, and we talked about this, Joel, if they would have priced, and Craig, you can tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I fully believe if Stern would have priced everything, all the LEs at $12,000, I think it would have still sold out to consumers.
Oh yeah,
I honestly.
Oh yeah. I'm cool with 4,000. Pindiana Jones, great name by the way.
There will be a continued upward pressure. There's no doubt. Now, so if there's one company here that deserves a little upward pressure, I would say, and I'm not again. These are wildly expensive machines. Any way you slice it, and I agree.
Yeah.
But Stern is the market leader here, and so in some ways they sort of deserve to be the high price ticket, in my opinion. They're the one company that has proven time and time again. Their catalog is miles long, and they produce like wildfire. So in some ways, they're really the Cadillac of the pinball hobby. Even though, marketing wise, they haven't positioned themselves that way. I think in the last 2 years, COVID, aside for everybody, they've proven again that they really are they're the cream of the crop. I'm telling you.
Well, people in chat are arguing. They're saying that's not fair. CE versus premium. The standard edition, which is $7,000. They're saying the $7,000 game is what we should compare it to. So what about this? This is the Pro. So both of these games, if the standard edition, so ignore some of the toys, but if the standard edition on the left is $7,000 and the Pro, what's a Pro cost? It's like 66. I mean, I
think it's $68.99 MSRP.
So fine. I mean, is that a fair comparison? What do you think's better, the standard edition of a Halloween or the Pro?
Hands down, Melwin Pro.
Just remember what I told you a few weeks ago about good content interaction.
I agree.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Bob. Stern is the market leader because of volume
and I know I'm going to get it in 3 to 4 months. Tops.
Compare 7.
And it's going to come with better rule set, better coding, better light show,
better distributor support,
probably better QC. I mean, Spacebox with all the issues everybody's saying that they're having. I mean, just 100%. It's got to be real.
Becca, I appreciate you. Yeah. No.
And it's not to say that you're not going to have problems from time to time with your Stern. I had subway problems with my Avengers. I had a wire form that just broke a weld, but every single thing that's happened, there's not even been a hiccup. I've called the distributor. I'm like, hey, I got this problem. Done. No problem. I got it on order. I'll let you know when it comes. Everyone's having supply chain issues, so they don't know when it's going to come in. But it's like, it's not a question about replacing these things or whether it's under warranty. It's like, okay, we'll get you a new one. No worries.
Add code that broke your portal. Oh, wait.
Raymond's calling you out on it. Nice. Ray Day, we mentioned you earlier, and the best, according to Craig Bobbie, the best tech support at Stern is Raymond Davidson, and the way that you contact him is you watch the Ray Day Pinball stream and you talk to him on stream. Spooky has amazing customer support. Ian, you are right about that. They do a good job, and that's something that some of these issues that they're talking about, or some of the mechanical issues, I hope as the runs go on they can fix. Like you're saying, the screws in the ramp or something. I hope they do take feedback well, but I hope the feedback they're hearing is like, we need to hire a designer, or not a designer. We need to hire a coder. Like, we need to get somebody in here to work on this code. I think I don't.
Well, I mean, here's the bottom line with Spooky though. The fact is regardless of what we say about the pin or the gripes that we have, they sold out.
Well, yeah. That's what. So this comes like, we can bring JJP into the mix too, right? I mean, the reality is,
why not? Let's bring him on.
We are not like, there is no pressure, right? There's no pressure to improve some of these things because everything's selling out, right? Call 1-800-4-RAY-DAY. Yes. So I don't know. I mean, these orders, Spooky has taken pre-order money, and so they have that money. I don't know. I'm curious if people have straight up canceled their order, but you can see on Pinside, people are selling those pre-order spots left and right.
I mean, yeah, there's people selling them for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just part of. I think the biggest mistake that Spooky did, and again, I need Craig Bobbie's opinion on this, but I think the biggest mistake that they did was showing gameplay after they'd already sold everything out. I didn't see any reason to debut gameplay at all. I think they should have kept that under wraps because as soon as they showed it, several of them went up for sale the very next day. I didn't see any upside to doing that whatsoever.
Yeah, and you know, the hobby in general, I will say, is a bit. If we're talking about QC issues, it's a bit weird in that the games are so friggin' expensive, but you don't have a chance before you take that thing home to really give it the once over. Like, I can't think of many things to buy for that much money where you're bringing it home. You have no clue what's in that box until you get it open and you get it set up and you start to flip it. You could have major problems with the thing, and you'll have no idea until you get it set up and get it rolling, right? So if the QC of a company is not good, you know, that's when you start sweating. Like I sweat the most when you open up a new inbox. It doesn't matter who the manufacturer is, because I'm thinking inside, I just spent $10,000 on this thing. Oh my God, it better be perfect. Like, it better be unbelievable, you know? And for that kind of money, again, why shouldn't it be perfect? Like, I don't want to see a screw that's loose. I don't want to see anything wrong with that playfield. This is where I think I'm a little frustrated with the hobby, and that it's so crazily popular right now, and there's so much money being just kind of thrown around, that the expectation, I think, just has to get a little bit higher, honestly, in my mind, for all the companies. I think Stern honestly does probably the best out of all of them in that area, but I don't know, for the money that's being handed out, like, things got to like, there can't be issues like
Well,
that. There just can't.
so think of what Stern does do, though, right? They throw a whole. So the first games they manufacture are the pros. They put them on location, and they get a ton of plays really quickly. And in that short period of time, they learn a whole bunch of stuff on where things are wearing, where things are breaking, and then they take that and they put all of that knowledge into building the LEs. Spooky is starting immediately with their collector's editions and just throwing them out, right? I mean, and obviously, like, JJP does something similar. I don't think they started with the collector's editions, or did they? But no, they did some standards and stuff earlier. But it's just, I don't know. I get what you're saying, and I do think Stern just has way more experience, right, in doing this than Spooky, and I understand Spooky's still the new kid on the
Which
block,
is,
and they're learning.
I
right?
get that,
Yeah.
but not for $10,000 is what I'm saying, right? So be the new kid on the block, right? Bring out your pinball machine and price it a third lower than the best, right?
Well, they did,
Because
though,
you don't
right?
have the world's greatest designer, you don't have the greatest artists, you don't have the, you know, the best layouts.
But
So
I get what you're saying. You're saying they should, but they don't have to. Like, they were able to price this pin at $9,000, and it sold out in hours.
yeah, I know.
Right? And that's the thing where I think, as long as we still have people that jump on these pin, like, I agree, the logic. Dennis Kriesel said this on a podcast, that, like, I don't buy a pin until I play it. But what's tough is, like, if you want a Halloween pin, it's sold out. Like, you can't. Same with Rick and Morty. You can't play it. You can't do it that way. The FOMO, yeah, Bex is all over it.
Yeah, and I think we're in a really weird time where
Stop buying pins.
that's
Yeah.
going on, and that's kind of the norm. I got a feeling, though, that landscape is gonna change. Call me crazy, but I think there will come a time, you know, who knows when, where it's like, that ain't cutting it anymore, because people are like, okay, I spent $10,000 on that, and that didn't meet my expectations. I'm not doing it again, right? And so the next time Spooky releases a game, everyone kind of just sits back and goes, well, it looks great. I love the theme. Bravo for doing that. I'm waiting until I see one on location and actually play the thing before I'm putting down my money. Thank you. I mean, what's wrong with that? And wait 6 months. You
Yeah.
know what? Honestly, what is wrong with that?
I mean,
What's wrong with waiting even for Godzilla to hit the line and see it? They're gonna have it out long enough. What are you gonna wait 2 more months, 3 more months? Like,
well, I
honestly,
mean,
what's the
one
rush?
thing to consider about Spooky though, how long did their podcast go on for? What was it, like 8 or 9 years
Yeah.
or something like that? So, I mean, what I'm getting at is they built up a rapport with all the fan base of Spooky.
Absolutely.
They were
Yep.
fully so they've taken years to get to this point to earn what they're getting right now, regardless of how the end product came out. Obviously, we could talk about all day long, ask for fixes, and hopefully they adjust to that. But they've also had years building up to this point to be able to get the themes that they're getting and then be able to sell them out early on the way that they're doing. Like, there's a reason why we're seeing Spooky do something like that with the units that
Hmm.
they're moving compared to the way American Pinball's doing it. So just take American Pinball, for instance. They don't really have any presence like that at all in the pinball world. It just,
Oh.
even though they say American Pinball, they don't have that type of presence. I think that's a big reason why Hot Wheels didn't sell as well as it could have, simply because of that. And I think Spooky has mastered that completely.
What
Well, they
is
got
it?
a lot of goodwill in the industry, which I think is fantastic. And among, they definitely have a following, and they've built that up, like you said, over years, which is great. And look, this isn't a dumpster fire. I don't think it is, but it is a little disappointing, I think, for a company that this isn't exactly their first rodeo here. So
Well,
they'll,
it's
they'll
yeah.
I'm sure they'll make good on it. Like they'll get their act together, and I'm sure they're taking notes seriously and they're hearing the feedback, right? So it
I
will get better, but
I think Hot Wheels, because I have a Hot Wheels right now that I'm borrowing from Zach, and I will tell you 100% the game is better than a lot of people give it credit for. And I know there's Flipstream and Becca and Jordan are all defending it. It really is a good game, and I understand the way they revealed it with the Houston something. They did it in a weird way, and then COVID, nobody's had a chance to play them. But I hope they've learned from that, and I hope their unveiling of their next game is really really good. But I agree that I really think American Pinball has a chance that if they can come in under the price of a Stern Pro, that could really be huge on them. If they could say they are the cheapest consumer grade option, I think that would be huge. I mean, everybody else is taking advantage. Let's go higher. Let's go higher. Let's go higher. I think American Pinballs could be. This could be smart. This could be really smart for them if they stayed. Right now they are cheaper than a Stern Pro. So if the next game comes out and they don't throw that $2,000 price increase on it, that could be huge for them.
well, for Legends of Valhalla, let me tell you, I'm not paying top dollar for that theme. I don't care how good the layout is. There's no way. Like that again is another head scratcher for me. If that truly is their next game, and I pray for them that it's not, but good Lord, I can't believe they're gonna attempt that, right? So
You're saying the
after
fact that they're
again, this is
attempting
where I get a little frustrated.
non-licensed
It's like,
theme,
come
right?
on, guys, a non-licensed theme, like Jesus,
Didn't they
haven't
already
that hasn't that proven?
didn't they already say their next one will be non-licensed? Did they say that?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
pretty
not
sure they did. Yeah.
Ugh. I mean, I don't know. Maybe has anybody else in the chat been in pinball for longer than 5 years and could tell us why they're doing that?
Day fix.
The next or
Next two?
non-licensed.
Next
So
Oh,
two?
bad.
sweet baby Jesus, no. Okay, hang on.
No, it's bad.
Oh, Craig, I'm going to talk directly into the camera. American Pinball, if you're watching this, please license theme. That's not Hot Wheels or animation. License theme. Because the thing was, Hot Wheels is a fun game.
Yeah.
Like, I own one for a little while. It's a fun game. They just
Hmm.
two non-licensed themes.
License theme. It's
I
a
mean,
license theme, right?
we all know because Halloween sold. There was no gameplay. Was there even a picture, or did Halloween sell out
Yeah,
before?
there's a
There were
picture of
pictures. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. They took those awesome pictures in the parking lot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
A music pin would be
Yes.
more interesting. Yeah. It's we
Put it
agree.
this
Yeah.
way. That's why I said earlier that I think Queen Pinball would sell more than Hot Wheels,
Because it's
and
Queen.
that just came out of
Yep.
nowhere,
I
basically.
can't disagree with you. Yeah, I can't disagree.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand the strategy, but I don't know. I don't know what.
Tiger King. Yeah. Snoop Dogg. I
Tiger King
agree.
would be badass,
I
yes.
mean, it has been proven over and over but it has been proven over and over and over again that license. I mean, Rick and Morty's announced, comes out of nowhere, nobody expected it, boom, sells out 4 hours. I mean, when there are these crazy licenses like Led Zeppelin, I think you're right. I think Led Zeppelin absolutely, or not Led Zeppelin. I think Queen absolutely has a better chance of selling out because it's Queen, even though it's made by Pinball Brothers and not, necessarily a more reputable company. But there are certain people like Keith Elwin. Keith Elwin could release a laundry day machine. They've talked about that, and it would probably sell out because Keith Elwin's proven himself. But it's I don't know. That's a tough decision as if American Pinball is committing to that. Their next 2 games are going to be unlicensed.
Well, I mean, I know that they have, from what I understand, if you look up like different trademarks and everything, they do have Sherlock Holmes. So when's that going to show up? Would they consider that not licensed since it's public domain?
Yeah, but who? I mean nobody is.
The
There are people. It's amazing. Godzilla's released, and there's people on Pinside that are showing pictures of like, I'm in, and they show like this huge cabinet full of Godzilla sculpts and Godzilla posters, and they're like, I'm a huge Godzilla fanboy. They have corners of their basement that are all Godzilla. I don't know anybody that's a Sherlock Holmes fan, to that level or anything.
I mean, there's probably some 80-year-old out there that's all about it.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes.
I mean, who does
It's almost laughable. Like it's this is what I can't believe that anyone would even think that that's a great direction.
Which direction?
Becca apparently thinks she would be totally into that. So, because she likes books. So one person, we're good. Yeah. What would be better, Sherlock Gnomes or Sherlock Holmes? Great question, Brian. Oh man.
The only one that should be releasing non-licensed themes is a company like Chicago Gaming, and they're releasing non-licensed, themes that have already been done in the 80s or the 90s for machines that have nostalgia, right? That are in people's memories of arcades and their experiences or rare games. That is the only company that should be taking on a non-licensed theme, right? Or like a Haggis who's going to do the Mermaid edition with the Fathom or whatever, the Fathom game.
Yeah.
Those are the only times you should go into a non-licensed theme, in my opinion.
I agree, but I'm not. I don't know. I mean, I think it's been proven over and over and over again that licenses sell if you get a good license, and I mean, yeah, I don't think anybody's going to argue that. I don't think anybody can argue that point. But
like if Keith Elwin does a non-licensed theme, does it sell? Yes. But would it sell more if Keith Elwin did the same layout with a good licensed theme like Godzilla? Absolutely. It'll probably sell 10 times the number.
Yeah. Yep.
Joel,
I don't know.
What licensed theme do you want to see American Pinball do, Joel? What is out there that they could possibly get?
Blade Runner.
Stern hasn't gobbled up already.
My go-to when I think of a theme that I want, I mean, Turtles was my theme. That was what I wanted. But Blade Runner is, I'm all about Blade Runner. And I think it's not absurdly huge. It's not Pokemon. Mm-hmm. Double Flip, I mean, I agree, Pokemon would be incredible. But what could American Pinball get? Blade Runner. I think Blade Runner is awesome. Yeah, that's probably what I'd go with.
Be onto something there. That's a theme that I actually have never thought about for pinball, but that would work. That's actually a really good one, Joel. Craig, what do you think? What's a theme that American Pinball could possibly do?
I'd like to do, Spooky's already done this with Rick and Morty, but do sort of like more of a campy thing, like kind of a cult classic like Napoleon Dynamite, or I don't know, something that's more of a humor theme that I think has a bit of a cult following that they could sell. They're not going to sell thousands of them, but they might sell 500, something like that as a limited edition, but kind of done well.
All right, I'll tell you.
Ilol, thank you for the gifted sub, man. Jeez. What do you got, Travis?
Maybe not the best theme.
Space Ghost. Oh, that would be great. But sorry, go ahead, Travis.
If somebody did a Talladega Nights.
Yes.
Ricky Bobbie, you are right.
I think for somebody outside of Stern that does something that everybody would know is probably not super expensive to get. would be hilarious if they could actually get the right assets for it.
Sweet baby
And you
Jesus.
could actually do a pretty good design to where you could build in the shaker motor with it perfectly. I think that's the theme. Honestly,
Could you?
Yeah.
But could you retheme Hot Wheels and make Talladega Nights?
Jesus.
I mean, you could if you want. I mean, if you want to copy Spooky and just do
Yeah.
multiple themes.
Yeah.
but,
Step Brothers pin. Yeah, there's some really good comedy.
David
rethemed
Fix is
NASCAR.
madly taking
Yeah.
notes right now. He's like, "Oh my god, this is
I mean,
great."
I
Beavis and
honestly,
Butthead. Yeah.
I think that pin would actually do very well.
Talladega
Some-
Nights is great. Talladega Nights is a good. I'm trying to think of just straight up comedies. Yeah, I think it's a well liked,
Like
well
Step
respected.
Brothers.
Step
or,
Brothers
I
is
don't know,
great.
something like that.
I think Talladega Nights, Ace Ventura would work really
Ace
well.
Ventura, Ray Day's on it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you say? Well,
Ray
there you
Day
go.
just threw it out there. Yeah, Ace Ventura would be great.
I don't know if The Office. I used to think The Office would be pretty good, but I'm not so sure.
What about like Dumb and
If-
Dumber? I mean, there's some great comedies.
Yeah,
Now
might.
the challenge is how do you bring in like. Anytime you talk about a movie pin, though, it's like, well, what's the goal? Are we just gonna play movie clips, right?
Yes.
Or is this? Yes.
Yes. We're just going to play through the movie. We're just going to
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
through scenes, and we're going
Breaking
to. I mean, the
Bad.
movie writes itself. You just take the script. That's your modes, and your mini wizard mode happens to be like
Curve.
the peak of
Yeah.
the second act or whatever, and then you go to your final wizard mode is the peak of the whole movie. I mean, it writes itself.
Yeah. Illinois, Kill Bill would be sick. Yeah, super bad. Yeah,
Kill
there's
Bill.
some good. I mean, it's just the challenge there is, yeah, it's if you do a movie pin and you're just playing like John Papaduke. Apparently, that was his whole vision for the Star Wars pin was he just wanted to play movie clips on that CRT monitor. I don't know if you heard that on one of the podcasts, but it's if you're playing it, then all of a sudden you have to have a very linear pin, right? Because you have to work your way through the movie. So code-wise, now you just created a very linear pin, and that means if you own the pin, you're going to be watching the same first scene every single time you play the game.
So I got a theory on this, and Ray, you can tell me if I'm crazy since you kind of know coding a little bit when it comes to pinball. Why can a pinball machine not have a way to start a mode more than just one way? And if you happen to start it a different way, like say you have a shot on the left that could start a mode, right? And then you have a shot on the right that could start the same mode. What if starting it from the right would actually make your shots different during that mode? To where it's still the same mode, but it's different shots. It's a different shot path. It's a different experience. Because you're not necessarily looking at the LCD while you're playing. So why couldn't something be like that to provide more variety? To where, like you're saying, it is still a linear experience in terms of playing through a mode to get from A to B, but why can't A be two different versions of A? That makes sense?
Well,
Or
but
am I
the
not making any sense
well,
whatsoever?
my complaint is I'm not upset about having to do the same type of shots every time I start it. What I don't like is I don't want to hear the same. Like if it's very linear, I don't want to hear the same movie clip every single time I play the game. That's
Well, then
what
you
I
just
think would get old.
Listen to your headphones while you play.
Just don't listen to it. Raymond,
just listen to music.
yeah, JP. So Jurassic Park kind of had that with the truck where you get to pick. Yeah, I mean you're still doing something linear, but you do get to pick the direction of what you go. But I don't. That's my
Right.
only thing with
If
movie
Elwin
pins.
does that, why does nobody else do that? That's what I'm confused.
I don't know.
on.
Hey, let's ask him real quick. Let's let me. Oh, I wasn't ready. This bit is already too slow. Oh, there he goes. Go ahead and ask him. Yeah. No,
You want me to ask? You want me to ask the Elwin picture?
Yeah,
why
I just didn't know if you
nobody
want.
else does
Yeah, go ahead and ask him why he
that?
doesn't.
He's just going to be like, because nobody else is thinking about it but me.
Yeah, because I have a beard and you don't. That's what he was gonna say. Yeah, yeah, that's what he was gonna say. Yeah. Well, guys, it is after midnight. I committed. I said 2 hours. We're a little past that. Travis did change cameras because his other camera, he knew he had 130 minutes before his camera would die. So, but
How'd you do
unfortunately,
that, Travis? I didn't even see that happen.
Well, I did it before we went on.
Oh, I see.
so I do think I do need to wrap this up. What I would say to everybody watching, thank you for watching tonight. My basement is in construction, so next week, normally I stream on Wednesdays. I'm not going to stream next Wednesday because next Tuesday on the Don't Panic Flip channel, there's going to be a cool battle involving Becca and Jordan with Fliptronic. Then I'm actually commentating. So I'm not streaming next Tuesday or next Wednesday, but I will be commentating. I'm glad that people are enjoying this format. I'm supposed to stream for Flipping Out next Thursday. Maybe we'll do something like this on next Thursday. So if you're not, feel free to subscribe. Just Another Pinball Stream if you're not subscribe or follow. And then feel free to follow Don't Panic Flip. So next Thursday or next Tuesday for that. I can't get anyone to sing White Snake. Wow.
Your streaming numbers are through the roof, Joel. You keep doing this, you're gonna make partner no problem.
Yeah, right. No, this is fun. To be honest, I thoroughly enjoy this. I love this type of conversation. So I think we got a fun thing going here. TPN, we've talked about doing something this more regularly. So bear with me. It's going to be somewhat of an irregular schedule over the next few weeks. But everybody that was here tonight, thank you for the support and the gifted subs, Flipstream, Pin Stadium, UC Cash, everything. Travis, Craig, thank you for being on here and sharing your opinion. Craig, I'm sorry if we didn't let you talk enough.
I talk too much. No, that was great, guys. No, it was
you're just like Tom Graff when he's on a bunch of caffeine. You're good to go.
Yeah.
That's right.
Big Tex, thank you for that. Let's look real quick. We got to raid somebody. So who are we gonna raid? But yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot, so I definitely think we will do a format like this again. And for people that said podcast, if anybody doesn't know, Travis and I do the Triple Drain podcast, which is very similar to this, and maybe we'll actually make it more of a video thing, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We have 3 total streamers right now with Pinball. We have Colorado Pinball, us, and Hop Dog. So do we raid Colorado Pinball with 61 followers, or do we drop 44 viewers on Hop Dog right now? I think we go Hop Dog.
What does the chat say?
I think we go Hop Dog, dude. He's got video podcast +1. Awesome. Yeah, let's do it. Hop Dog's got 5 viewers right now, so let's drop this on him. That sounds pretty cool. But hey, Travis, plug away, man, before we send this raid out.
You know what? I got no plugs. This was awesome. I appreciate everybody's time. Joel, Craig, thank you guys so much. I look forward to doing this on the next one. We got to do this again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it, guys. That was great. Thanks, Joel.
Or a bi-weekly thing.
Yeah. So, Craig, you going to go play the Avengers or you going to go play the Dollhouse? We were talking about that earlier. Yeah. All right. Hey, if anybody watching, if there's anything I can do for you, any feedback, any thoughts, anything, feel free to email me, justanotherpinball@gmail.com. If it's negative, email Dennis Kriesel at Eclectic Gamers Podcast. Yep. All right. Everybody have a good night. Say hi to Hop Dog for us. And the raid, I always forget, takes 10 seconds. So I always start a goodbye, and then it's an awkward 10 seconds as it slowly counts down into the raid. So just bear with me as we all deal with this.
Joel, just keep your clothes on, Joel.
Just keep... All right.
Yeah,
here goes the raid.
Don't stand up. Don't stand up.
All right. Wait, I have to tell you something. Oh, guys. I got you, Jordan. All right.
Thanks, chat.
See ya. There goes the raid. Let me stop streaming.